Yo, Eco, thank you, one of the OGs of all OGs, and still, I think, Oilers Supreme, thank you very much for the 12 months. Welcome, early heads. Enjoy the music. It's Techno Thursday. Or should I say, it is Techno Friday, because it's always Friday with Hugo. Enjoy the music, starting in a bit. Thank you, Figgy, the fucking G. 13 months, it's crazy. Get ready for that drop. Get ready for that drop with DJ Hugo. DJ Yusuke. You don't hate Thursdays. You hate capitalism. time we saw each other, it was a glorious, glorious Tuesday. I mean, also Friday. It's every day is a fucking Friday. Good to see all the OGs in chat. From Lele to Kubashi to Eco to Good Lenin to Gay Lenin to Bad Lenin to Miu VDV to Oscar to Kubashi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are we doing this fine, fine day? I basically went to the gym yesterday, took care of a broken remote today. It is still dry February. I hate it. It is exceptionally boring. I take my hat off that I don't have on top of my head to every single sober head here in chat. I don't know how you do existence. I don't know how you do capitalism. I don't know how you do fun without that good old liquid or some other stuff, of course. Welcome, chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are a little bit more formal, but we break it up with the chain. I got the classic rings, everything. There is some small updates. I have passed a full audio and script over to an editor that is working on a probably 40-minute YouTube video for the Yugopnik YouTube channel. It is a big topic, a topic that we discussed multiple times here on stream, and honestly, that's where I got the idea, because I literally Googled it and saw that absolutely no other progressive or communist or socialist made anything on the topic. I'm not going to spoil what it is, but it is basically development of theory towards that direction, which is inspired by classic dialectical materialism. So it's a pretty big project. Probably not going to get too many views because it's not like herder or content nuke on top of a content nuke. But I think you will like it. Gooning lore, yes, indeed. Capitalism without alcoholism should be illegal, right? Like I vote for reverse prohibition. Everyone must be forced to consume large amounts of liquid. Anyways, that's number one. Number two, I basically started a Means TV partnership. In the About section down there, I'll mention it once an hour. Probably if you want a 20% discount and 7 days off for the only actual worker-owned socialist streaming platform, you have the link in the About section below. That's exciting. I'm going to pretty much, this is just like a spoiler for you guys. I'm officially going to start the partnership with the release of my new video. So yeah, that's some new stuff. Other than that, not really anything. Today I did a capitalism. I have to admit, I have a very fancy big TV because I'm a big movie head, so I invested a lot of money in that shit. But the remote broke. I bought it like a year and a half ago, and the remote broke somehow. And I called them up, and they said it's no longer insured after a year. Apparently, TVs only get insured for a year now. So I wanted to do a socialism, and I basically drove around town asking people to fix the remote. Turns out, remember back in the day when you had those small corner store electricians that would fix your iron or a small charger? They've all been run out of business because everybody just buys a new thing, especially if it's a small thing. Nobody actually repairs absolutely anything. I tried to repair it myself. I did not have the skills for it. I could have done it live with some engineers in chat, but that would have been very embarrassing because I would not be able to follow through on your instructions. So yeah, I did a little bit of a capitalism, and I just ordered another one. Fucking thing was $35. Fucking what? Eight gift subs? Insane shit. But yeah, I did manage to fix it. I got a new one. It should arrive in a couple of days. Thankfully, most TVs now come with 2 remotes, just in case remote, and that's what we're currently using to watch stuff. Quick Zin review. We are doing 3 out of 6 Velo Purples. They're very sharp to the throat. I don't fuck with them. Aesthetics, black on black on black on black. This is a zip up. I don't know if you can see. This is it's not turtleneck, but once you zip it up, it's almost a turtleneck. And this is a classic herder, I work in finance style sleeveless jacket. Moving. Oh, yeah. Now, this super random fucking Asian man dancing jump scare. Yeah, I told you about the Means TV. I told you about the new video that you should expect in the next 20 days. Exciting stuff. Pretty exciting stuff. We saw you last time on Tuesday, and that's pretty much on my end. You getting electrocuted from a TV remote. Yeah, like I honestly can't even blame Sony. It's a Sony TV for not accepting the warranty on it, because you can guess how it broke. I mean, I threw it at the wall. I am. In that regard, us Slavs do possess Yakubian technology, aka white boy anger. Thankfully, I did not. It was not a drywall, so it did not go through a drywall. Why throw a remote? I think we were watching a game that we bet on. I don't really watch sports ball, not really my thing, but we bet on this one, and when we lost, I over exaggerated. Well, yeah, so I understand why they wouldn't accept a warranty, but like this, it should be fine. I'll just get a new one. Anyways, today's main overarching topic is basically the U.S. is down bad. Down bad is the U.S. We saw massive promises of Hitlerian-level genocide in Gaza yesterday, something that they seem to be backtracking from with great intensity. We covered it in the program episode that's going to come out today. We basically covered it live. Almost everything we guessed in the episode would happen pretty much happened, but we'll cover it together now as well. We'll start out with the news. We'll cover the backtrack of Trump. We'll check out what the whole Elon Musk saga is, and then we'll watch our favorite comedian Bill Burr pretty much tear a new one into the capitalist nerds of the world through the lens of the Elon Musk salute. This came out 2 days ago. I'm pretty sure you haven't watched it with any other streamer unless you watched it yourself. So that's going to be exciting. A little bit of nerd hating as nerds is always very helpful. Sup, fellow Balkan? I'm fellow Balkan too. Pretty normal fellow Balkan. Yeah, Gabriel, absolutely. And absolutely not CIA agent. Thank you for the 10-month streak, Gabriel. My favorite old person. Literally my favorite old person. Maybe after my mom. I really like my mom. I have a good relationship with my mom. They're so pissed that South Africa, our rumored new U.S. ambassador, is the head editor of fucking Breitbart. Holy fucking shit. Like, how is the editor of Breitbart going to interact with black South Africans? Like, I don't think the man is so racist if he works at Breitbart that he wouldn't be able to sit in the same room with them. So it's going to be an interesting conversation. Thank you, Dan McMuffin. I woke up this morning and my daughter asked me if President Trump shuts down the Department of Education, will I still be able to see my friends at school? No, you won't, I said. She replied saying, why would anyone vote for that guy? He's ruined my life. We must resist and stand up against fascist dictatorship and replace it with a dictatorship of the proletariat. Wakanda forever, Dad. One like equals one prayer. I love you, Dank Muffin. Never fucking change. And much love to your daughter. I'm fucking sick. Dude, chat, like old people in chat, kids sure changed a lot. If back when I was fucking 12, if somebody told me there's a president that is banning the Ministry of Education and school might not even exist anymore, I would have been fucking ecstatic, dude. What's up with these like hyper socialized children that are like normal? Why are you normal, child? Why are you normal? My daughter is totally real and not made up. Jesus, I took it too seriously, Dank McMuffin. I mean, that's my problem. I'm taking chatters whose name is Dank McMuffin very seriously, you know? So I can play games all day, Dad, right? I'm going to be domestically educated on every MLG Counter-Strike win, Dad. Okay, let's start out with the news. Let's see what the fuck is happening in this dank-ass world of ours. And by dank-ass, I mean fucking whack-ass. Am I right? I used young people terms that were considered young people terms in 2022. That makes me so young, doesn't it? Ha ha ha.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman.
No, you're Amy Badman, and this is the War and War Report.
Took place since...
From Depression Now, depressionnow.com. I'm Amy Badman, and this is the War and War Report. Chat, prepare every single positive hormone you have in your body to slowly leave it as you get fully depressed.
States across the United States Wednesday as President Trump, Elon Musk, and their associates intensified their attempts to dismantle a fast-growing number of government agencies. Thousands rallied on Capitol Hill to demand Congress protect federal agencies. This is Francisco Bencosta.
Time to pour a glass. Fuck you, Gabriel. I'm doing dry February, dude. Nobody, okay, new rule. Mods, new rule. If somebody talks about booze during dry February, they have 3 warnings. After the 3rd warning, they're banned for an hour. Imagine if I broke dry February live on stream and I actually just went back there and took a sip of something. Why don't you drink pivo? Yeah, well, of course, beer doesn't count. I agree, beer doesn't count.
Cosme, former China policy lead at USAID.
Let's be clear, they're dismantling USAID. They shut down the doors. They brought down banners. They put thousands of people on leave. This is not a reform.
Okay, honestly, this guy can go fuck himself. Sure, the USAID does 5% or 10% of its work actually helps somebody. Half of the computers that I used in my university had USAID stickers on them or whatever the fuck. But my bro, you were basically an underpaid CIA agent. I'm not about to feel bad for you, but I guess thank you, Comrade Trump, for accidentally shutting down a very large and successful arm of the American intelligence sector. Thank you very much, Comrade Trump. Please continue. I mean, the guy took a fucking L with the Mexicans and the Canadians. China is doing proper retribution to the sanctions. He's backtracking on everything that he said about Gaza. Now he's closing down financial wings of the CIA. My boy is a sleeper agent all along, dude. Thank you, James, from the internet for the 5 months. Every month is dry February if you are married to Ben Shapiro. You cunt. Oh, you piece of shit. That was great. Sentient Natalie, thank you very much for the 3 months. Let's fucking sub.
This is an attack, and USAID is just the beginning. It's USAID now, it's the Department of Education now.
There we go. Thank you, Red Phil. This is try February. Mention booze equals warning first time. 10 minutes ban second time. 1 hour third time. It's not that hardcore. Unless they really don't Red Phil just is has his NKVD dreams. My brother, if they overdo it, then sure, he's please give me more reasons to ban people. Oh, legend.
It's an attack on entire democratic government system.
Wired.
Yeah, fucking shut the fuck up, you dumb fuck. You work for USAID, bro. Oh, did you expect me to run the defense for USAID? I mean, obviously, I don't think that Trump is a secret Chinese agent. The guy is so stupid. Probably him and Elon saw the word aid in it, and that sounded fucking communist. And they were like, man, I fucking hate those welfare queens that get aid internationally. Let's shut this fucking thing down, bro.
Reports employees of NOAA.
Look at these fucking schmucks. I'm sorry, I will make fun of these people. You are dude, you literally work for a terrorist organization. I mean, an arm of a terrorist organization. So whatever, fucking take an L. La 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 la.
The National Oceanic.
Well, the problem is mixed in with the CA shit. USA did fund some good works. Of course, yeah, that's how they camouflage it. Dude, we would not have half the schools in my university without USAID. I completely get you. USAID, through a particular program, built the nicest building on campus. Like, I completely get this. Like, a lot of my friends got unironic university scholarships through U.S. aid programs. I completely get this. Still, fuck U.S. aid. I mean, U.S. aid directly helped me to an extent, right? Gave me access to stuff that I wouldn't otherwise not have had access to. But they didn't do it because they want to help out this whatever nice university in wherever I went to university. They wanted to do it so that the people graduating there are become pro-American, and because through money they influence the university to basically have a very pro-Western and pro-American curriculum. That's why they fucking did it. If they all of a sudden started preaching alternative political science topics or started allowing NGOs from the East into the university, you think USAID would continue to give them money? Of course it fucking wouldn't. So I'm not going to be grateful to someone that quote-unquote helped me out, but only helped me out because they want to turn me into a potential fucking pro-American drone that works for some fucking NGO. The way a lot of people from my university ended up, or in large, or like in the leadership of large American conglomerates locally so that they represent their interests properly. That's what USAID was doing in my fucking university with the scholarships and stuff. It was not aid. It was salary paid in advance. That's what it was. Okay? So fuck this. I am not. There you go. I think I've given you more than enough context on the quote-unquote positives of USAID. Have I given you? But now you can literally say Yugopnik sponsored by USAID, because to an extent I was. The university also that I studied at, like the bigger scholarship program, I think, was unironically given by Open Society, by fucking George Soros, dude. Like, I am a literal product of USAID and George Soros. Unironically. And yet I stay at the opposite of it. That was always a joke back in my uni. Like, these people built this like pro-Western institution wherever in Europe they built it. I studied in Europe. But it was like U.S. styled education. They're like, they built it so that people can be so they can make a lot of pro-American dudes, you know, future governors, future executives, future corporate heads. And like 60% of the people that exit the university are hardcore anti-imperialist and anti-American. Like, that is such a money pit for these fucking idiots that I'm kind of like grateful to them. In my country, USAID forcibly sterilized a bunch of indigenous people as a sexual safety campaign. Jesus, that's so fucked up. The fuck? It's insane.
Atmospheric administration.
So yeah, there you go. So if anybody starts getting into my fucking ass about making fun of USAID being closed down, just refer to what I previously said. I'm not going to repeat myself 100 fucking times. I'm a direct recipient of USAID, and yet I think this fucking thing is absolutely disgusting. If it existed independently, it would have been fucking awesome. But now it is simply a financial tool utilized by the world's most successful terrorist organization known as the Central Intelligence Agency of the United States of America. That's fucking it.
Administration have received orders to pause all international engagements amidst concerns the scientific agency could also soon face mass firings and have its mission throttled, including its work on developing.
If there's one thing that this should teach us is that we do get to have a little bit of a hope pill, especially people in the developing world, but also Americans as well, because it's showing that the United States, to an extent, has grown extremely mellow and extremely soft mentally, I mean, since the end of the Cold War. And during the Cold War, you know, they actually had an enemy that they were constantly concentrated on outcompeting. but in their own logic of the market economy, where through competition one becomes stronger, bigger, better, because they didn't have anybody to compete with, at least they didn't think they would. Knock, knock on door proceeds to enter room China. They've become quite literally very just incompetent. That's the word. They're pretty incompetent. Imagine a fucking American president in the 70s or 80s openly stating that they will conquer a territory and do genocide there. There will be troops on the ground in a fucking week, bro. These guys are just saying things and doing domestic and foreign policy that is completely not in line with anything that a rational, even liberal or conservative executive of such a large state would do. So yes, I am unironically saying it. A lot of this stuff is just like classic L's. Like classic L's where they are playing against their own interest. So if there's a hope pill to be taken anywhere, it's that the greatest representative of capitalist interest on the international playing field kind of doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, which is good. Not very good for some American working class people. I feel bad for you, of course. But hey, you can utilize that to your benefit as well. Personally, I would be giddy as fuck because Trump is driving the U.S. 300 kilometers an hour towards a concrete wall if I didn't have empathy. Me too. Yeah, absolutely. I suffer from a little known thing to us from the developing world. I kind of like Americans, and that is, you will not hear me say this often. I actually unironically do like Americans, and that really undermines my whole herder, labor aristocracy, fuck them all, I don't care, eternal genocide on white people or whatever bullshit you will very often hear from Maoists, okay? I don't have it in me. I just don't have it in me. Just like how you shouldn't have it in you to watch the ad that is going to play in 4 minutes and 30 seconds. First top of the hour ad break. Avoid that ad, support the channel, and become a subscriber for free through Prime or for $6 through your own bank account, or give to those less privileged than you, and help us become the true only Twitch channel with 0 ad watchers. Thank you very much. Let's continue. Ad plays in 4 minutes.
Wind energy.
I do have to admit, Westerners are people. I like comrades, but I won't feel bad for Americans than other workers in the world. Yeah, you shouldn't. You treat everyone in this regard completely equally. This ad break has been sponsored by Euler Aid. If you would not like to watch this ad, just contact your local Euler Aid dispensary, and without any future requests pending upon the money received, you shall receive a gifted subscription. Wink, wink, Oilers. Okay, let's continue.
Meanwhile, workers of color at the Health and Human Services Department fear they could be directly targeted after their names and photos were published on a website called DEI Watch List.
There you go. Concentrate more on these unfortunate people from an agency that actually does something, additionally people of color, instead of CIA-adjacent fucking money laundering firm, bro.
Created by the American Accountability Foundation. The list of workers claims their so-called offenses include working on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives and using pronouns in their bios.
Fucking disgusting. Imagine using pronouns in your bio. I much prefer people being completely fucking confused about what my pronouns are. I prefer things to be extremely impractical. That's what I prefer. I prefer constantly being confused. That is my preference. Why the fuck would you make something simple and approachable? That is insane. That is absolutely crazy. Thank you, Nocturnal. Welcome to the community, my friend. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Democratic Congress member.
I will never forget this. JK Danes are chill as fuck. Imagine using pronouns and only use third person for talk to humans.
As Judy Chu and Gwen Moore confronted House Speaker Mike Johnson Wednesday, showing up at his office during his meeting with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent to demand answers on Elon Musk's team gaining access to the Treasury Department's payment system. The lawmakers say Johnson hid Scott Bessent from them. In the Senate, Hawaii Democrat Brian Schatz.
Rich guy walked in. He was like, hello, I want this. Very nice. I want this position. And they literally hid him in a room. That is fucking incredible.
Led an overnight filibuster against the confirmation of Project 2025 architect Russell Vought to head the Office of Management and Budget.
All of us, Democrats, Republicans, independents, the media, which is so damn
Except the leftists. Fuck those fucking guys.
casual about what is happening. We have to understand that when you're in the middle of the fight, you're not sure if this is a historic moment. When you read about it in the past, you can identify that historic moment. When you observe it in a faraway place with a hard-to-pronounce name, you can identify what's happening, creeping fascism.
A coalition.
Yeah, we've been telling you this for the last 10 years, and you responded to it by literally doing nothing. By continuing the same policies which are creeping to said fascism that is now quite literally knocking at your door. What you said was completely on the point, but it would be actually edgy if you weren't given power by the people to stop said creeping fascism.
Of labor.
Yeah, said the Democrat. 1921, the Social Democrats, while supporting the Nazis and the mass arrests of local German communists, speak about the potential threat of authoritarianism, because back then they didn't really understand what fascism is, so they would use a different term. You don't understand, Hugo. The Dems are very concerned right now. Incredible concern. The concern is large, and there is many of it. And it is all around us. And it is utilized through solidarity consumption over in Costco. Being leftist means being right decades too early. Being liberal means being right but decades too late. Holy fucking shit. We haven't done this one in a fucking... Oh, wait, by the way. Chat, you know what to do? You know what to do, chat? You know what to do? You know what to do? This was the launch tweet. Launch tweet. There you go. You know what to do, chat. It's pretty good. Don't accept the pager, Donald! Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu gave Trump a golden pager during White House meeting. It's so fucking good. But wait, we haven't done this in a second. Classical villain music. Where is it? Wait. Okay, volume levels. Dramatic reading. 3, 2, 1. Being leftist means being right decades too early. Being liberal means being right decades too late. Ta-dum. I love these. Haven't done that in a second. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Ann. Fucking Kino, bro. Fucking
Groups
Kino.
filed a lawsuit Wednesday to prevent Doge.
FML when chat too smart, bro. FML when chat too smart. FML when other streamers milk content like fucking crazy when they argue with their chatters, but I can't do that because chatter is fucking smart.
Musk's Department of Government Efficiency for attempting to take over the Labor Department and gaining access to its data. The agency holds sensitive data, likely including worker complaints against Musk and his companies. The plaintiffs include the AFL-CIO, that's the American Federation of Government Employees as well, Service Employees International Union, and the Economic Policy Institute. Labor Department workers rallied in D.C. Wednesday against an expected incursion by Elon Musk, joined by Democratic lawmakers. This is Michigan Congress member.
Welcome to 2025, where a billionaire can literally buy his way into government, no longer even no longer needing to lobby other politicians to do things for him, where he does the most cliche things you would expect a billionaire in an official executive body government position to do. And that is just like fucking deregulate everything and fuck with unions. like it's, I mean, the fucking God, dude, I love you, but the writing has been shit lately. I know this is like season 100,000, 2025 for you, but come on. Like, no. I don't mean spice it up. No, I don't mean spice it up. Because usually when his scripts get fucking old and stale, boom, World War. And then we got like 20, 30 years, and he's like, no, I need a better reset. Boom, World War. Or fucking mass flooding where we all die. Crazy shit. I don't want to be in a fucking boat with like 20 llamas and 30 elephants, dude. Holy shit. Can you imagine how many fucking snakes and spiders they had in that shit? Can you imagine what Noah's Ark fucking smelled like? God, literally.
Rashida Tlaib.
Oh, but you send me some, I don't know, living deodorants in this bitch, bro.
We don't get the benefits and the support and the protections, but for the fact that workers organized and they pushed back and they fought. And when we don't get it, we shut it down.
In more labor news, a former board member of the National Labor Relations Board, Gwen Wilcox, filed a lawsuit calling her firing by President Trump last month unprecedented and illegal, asking a federal court to reinstate her. NLRB members are Senate approved to fix terms and can only...
Now the libs are putting on Fall Progressive Act again, yeah, while in parallel saying that the main reason they lost is because liberal leftists criticized them for the Gaza genocide, and at the same time also making fun of Latinos that are now getting deported because a lot of them apparently voted for Trump and are now surprised that, holy shit, that didn't work out. Quite literally doing race science on something that is an issue of unequal educational developments in places that are not as well funded, which usually are populated by minorities that don't get funding because it's a racist fucking country, you know? But no, it is because Latino man stupid, Mexican equal le idiot, he like Trump, now Trump win, now the Mexican should leave. It's unironically I think the mainstream Democratic take, because let's be honest, if they get deported, there's a less of a chance, at least the Democrats think, that they would vote for the opposition or for an independent. Woke racism, what a time to live in.
Only be removed for, quote, neglect of duty or malfeasance, unquote. The CIA sent the White House an unclassified email with the first names and last name initials of workers hired in the past 2 years in response to an order by the Trump administration as it moves to drastically whittle down the federal workforce.
Dude, I'm giving you $1,000 that once they whittle it down, they'll rehire their own people. That's like 100%. They don't have to rehire for every single position so that it's not too obvious. They will simplify the processes and say that they've simplified the processes to make the government, quote unquote, more lean and efficient. But the target of this entire thing is to just fill up every single corner of the United States with conservatives, basically, right-wingers, fascists, and so on. This is done like in almost every third world country, every election, including the country I migrated to and the country that I'm from. It just, it was always a meme. America is better because they don't do that type of shit over there, There's no basically a mass cleansing process every time somebody in the opposition wins a campaign. But hey, here we go. There is one less argument in favor of the American establishment definition of what makes a civilized country. Yo, Romka! Long time no see. Hello, my name is Maoist Patriot 1911. I've heard you guys have a militant literature club here. We read very aggressively. It's very militant.
Former CIA officials called the move a
It is somewhat ironic in cosmic sort of way that the U.S. is doing shock therapy on their own balls now. It is to an extent. It is.
counterintelligence disaster, warning that the employees could easily be identified. Meanwhile, acting Deputy Attorney
Fucking
General
comrade comrade Trump. Holy fuck! Thank you very much for releasing a mass dump of information to the so-called adversaries of the world. Meanwhile, unironically, the so-called adversaries that are supposed to be obsessed with the U.S. are like, dude, can we just do business and like make fast trains and shit? Like, we do not care. Like, you think we give a fuck about the beautiful forests of Wisconsin? Please, just, I want to chill. Thank you, Will Morriger. Thank you very much for the sub. Appreciate it. And thank you, Gabriel, for the bits. Yo, Americans are just better at doing fascist shit elegantly, not like Ooga Booga, third world, unwashed barbarians. Completely on point. Very on point comment. On point comment. You know, they have all the mainstream media cover it and scream about how it's not okay, but that does nothing, and they still proceed to do it. But they're like, but it was reported on, therefore it means it's a free country. Over here in our unwashed lands, including mine, nobody even reports on it, therefore it is less democratic. But the results are pretty much the same. They wanted to ban the spyware called TikTok, so Comrade Trump had to take the intelligence work in his own hands. Yeah.
Emil Bove, Trump's lawyer in his New York criminal election interference case, accused FBI leadership of insubordination after it refused to identify a core team of agents involved in the January 6th Capitol insurrection investigations. The Justice Department seeking data on over 5,000 FBI employees involved in those investigations.
Incredible. Guys doing revenge porn IRL, bro. Trump is doing a destiny on the Federal Bureau of Investigation. First, he cuts off the CIA USA arm. Now he's doing petty revenge on the FBI. Like, holy fucking shit. My guy is a gift from the heavens for the developing world for now.
President Trump Wednesday...
For the multipolarists in chat, this guy's like, holy fuck. I mean, I had a literal tweet, and I stand by it very strongly. Very strongly. Chat, you didn't do your part with the fucking post. Gets elected, crashes economy, freezes Medicaid, tariffs allies exclusively, threatens allies exclusively, accelerationism and so back. Like, is he secretly... No, he's not. I can't believe some of you might take that question seriously. No, he's not. He's just fucking, This is the peak of a slowly declining empire, which mirrors its current material position in its leadership. The American leadership is not what is causing America to decline. The American neoliberal capitalist model built on imperialism is what is causing it to decline. But it works like a snake eating its own ass. Oh my God, he said the thing, where the slow decline influences the ideology of the masses, which then elect leaders which adequately represent said decline. So it's not Trump ruining the country. Trump is a consequence of the country slowly falling into the abyss. Understood? Understood. It's called fucking materialism. And if we thought you could change things just with very nice leaders, holy fucking shit, we would all be flying in between planets right now.
Signed an executive order to bar transgender students from school sports. The so-called...
Imagine if it was just like, herder, a good leader can fix everything. Oh, yeah. Nice to meet you. I don't think we should be shaking hands because you appear to be 12 years old. Where are your parents? This feels very inappropriate.
Keeping men out of women's sports order directs federal agencies to withhold funding for schools that do not comply. This came as at least 15...
Damn, I thought we were all MAGA communists. Trump is very much his own man. He's just easily led by external forces who know how to flatter him. Absolutely.
Attorneys general from Democratic-led states issued a joint statement vowing to protect gender-affirming care, calling Trump's order to rescind federal funding for the life-saving treatments, quote, wrong on the science and the law, unquote. Meanwhile, a federal judge in Washington, D.C. Tuesday temporarily blocked Trump's order that sought to move transgender women in federal prisons to...
You see, if he wasn't doing this, I would be like, my fucking president, let's fucking go. The deportations in this, if it was just like constant destruction of the American intelligence industry, I would be like, let's fucking go. But no, he has to spice it up with unironic bigotry. No, you are wrong, because woke materialist, great man theory is better. Stalin ate Ukrainian kids, and good strong Churchill defeated Hitler, and definitely didn't knowingly facilitate the famine in India. I'm glad to have Romka back. But I have to admit, I've started pre-reading Romka's comments, because Romka is a fucking G, man.
Wards and end their gender-affirming care. The 3 transgender prisoners who filed the lawsuit successfully argued the anti-trans order violates the 8th Amendment's prohibition against cruel and unusual punishment. A federal judge in Maryland has ordered a nationwide indefinite hold on President Trump's executive order blocking birth.
Bro, where should I move before this shit blows up? The Balkans, bro. The Balkans are sick as fuck. Balkans are sick as fuck, dude. But now they're very expensive.
A blood trail.
Not pandas. Yeah, now you have the link popping up. You have text-to-speech now. If you want to scream fucked up shit at me, you are very welcome to do so, and it will play.
Right, citizen.
Brazil, number 1, Brazil.
U.S. District Judge Deborah Boardman, a Biden nominee, ruled Wednesday that civil rights groups...
Without, not slurs, okay? No slurs. You will immediately get banned, and I don't think it's even possible. The system has a mechanism against cursing, I believe.
Suing to stop Trump's order were very likely to succeed in their argument that it, quote, conflicts with the plain language of the 14th Amendment, unquote. In Texas, an agreement between state officials and the Trump administration will allow soldiers in the Texas National Guard to make immigration arrests at the border and help ICE detain and deport undocumented people. This comes as the Trump administration...
Yeah, of course. They're expanding the ability for other militant arms of the state to concentrate on any laws broken by immigrants. That's very expected.
The administration continues its campaign of mass deportations with more than 8,000 immigration arrests since January 20th.
By the way, still lower levels than under Barack Obama, just so you know. Motherfucker promised 11 million. We still have lower levels of deportations than under Barack Obama's term. Just FYI. This is not me saying, yo, bro, those are rookie numbers, get those numbers up. I'm just saying what I said earlier. We have all the signs, and this is not cope. Genuinely, this is not cope. We have all the signs that the United States is not slowly, but rapidly becoming a country that is incapable of doing anything. Of course, I wouldn't go insofar as to say that a strong, centralized, pro-capital state that concentrates on hyper-hierarchy and utilizes bigotry as a mode to unite the country, aka fascism, is impossible in the state, but the state of the United States, I mean. But for now, like, the guys don't know what, everything is so fucking bad. Just want to let you know that you have now given Romka the ability to have their messages automatically read out loud by the bot. I think it's minimum $2, so it's going to be expensive for Romka. And that is fucking terrifying. That is very scary, Ramka. Don't overdo it.
In Colorado,
who pulls strings on Trump? The system, my friend. Capital, big money, he himself, etc., etc. You don't need a cabal of individuals that sit in shadows and move people around. You have individuals that do not sit in the shadows and do that. And power equals capital in the current system.
heavily armed ICE agents carried out large-scale immigration raids at apartment complexes across Denver and Aurora Wednesday. The Denver Post reports masked agents knocked on doors, demanding residents show IDs, asking them to report any undocumented neighbors. Those arrested had their hands zip-tied and were loaded onto waiting buses. Amidst the raids, thousands of protesters gathered.
By the way, if somebody who happens to be black or brown, or not just, if anybody is from a family that is immigrated in the last 2 generations and has a family member that works for ICE, you should no longer treat them as a family member. You should never talk to them again. They should not be invited to a single family gathering. You should reject them from your bloodline for the rest of fucking eternity, okay? That is unforgivable. There is no sort of fucking context, especially for people who are children or grandchildren of immigrants. Remove those people from your life. If some other family member wants to be in a room with them, say that you will not be in the room with them. Okay? This is not fucking extreme. That is a person openly telling you that they are a reactionary piece of shit because they literally want to work for a modern, woke American Gestapo or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And number 2, even worse than just a regular fucking white boy ICE guy whose like family has been in the States for 11 generations. He is a traitor. And if there is a bare fucking minimum on who you should not let into your fucking house or near your fucking kids, okay, is a fucking traitor. Oh, but they're my blood. No, they're no longer your blood. Just forget that. It is possible. Just forget that. Just literally forget that. Make it go, woo. Oh, but they were a nice uncle. No. Woo. No. Woo. Treat them like fucking pedophiles. Fucking rejected for eternity. Thank you.
In front of the Colorado State Capitol to denounce ICE temporarily shutting down major roadways in Denver. Similar large-scale protests erupted in Philadelphia, in Nashville, Tennessee, in Lansing, Michigan, St. Paul, Minnesota, and across the country. The
blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. Absolutely it is. The same way it is thicker among subscribers than non-subscribers who watch disgusting-ass fucking ads. So grow the covenant, Oilers, by gifting or join the covenant yourself through $6 sacrifice or through no sacrifice at all through Prime, and avoid the ad that is going to play in 30 seconds. The covenant grows through oil and through personal financial sacrifice. Joy.
Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger!
Will Morriger has sacrificed 10 oils in order to give us 10 new covenant members. Thank you, Will Morriger. Your duty shall always be remembered. Be like Will. Don't be an ICE member. Thank you very much, Will. Everybody who got a gifty, say thank you, Will. Thank you, Will Morriger.
Were also student-led walkouts in solidarity with immigrants at high schools in Los Angeles and San Antonio, Texas. The United States has begun deportation flights to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, after President Trump ordered the military to prepare to receive.
What the fuck is this?
You see, you made a big mistake underestimating the autism of Twitch heads. Anyway, Coke plus. Anyway, the sprinkler goes.
What the fuck? I didn't even see how much money that was. It didn't even appear. What the fuck? Okay, there you go. You control me now. You control me now. Just please, no fucked up shit. And why did it say official? It said like the thing glitched because he wrote too much. Time to teach your unc why he's a fucking idiot. Oh.
Up to 30,000 people there.
This is why you don't TTS, dude.
On Tuesday, Customs and Border Protection said the
Let's see how it goes. I am dry running TTS. Let's see how it goes.
first 10
I
immigration
was saying titties all the time. It's fucking crazy.
prisoners were flown from Fort Bliss, Texas, to the U.S. naval base at Guantanamo, where officials say they'll be housed in tents surrounded by fencing and armed guards. Refugees International condemned the plan as gratuitously cruel, illegal, expensive, and burdensome.
It would be very, very hypocritical of me to call ourselves shitbag, douche piece of shit leftists. That's the community we're trying to build here, and not allow you to vent your autism from time to time in TTS. Okay, obviously at a price, because we're pieces of shit. The Guantanamo Bay idea is insane for very obvious reasons. Guantanamo Bay in the 90s was used to house Haitian immigrants, so it wouldn't be the first time that it's utilized for immigrants. Obviously used for mass torture and incarceration of 9/11 terrorism suspects. Number one, the main reason they're talking about Guantanamo is because, to repeat myself, these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing, even when they want to do mass racism. They realize that it's actually a very costly and logistically complicated procedure to deport people from the country, because le plane fuel very expensive, and le destination place
We are the shitbags.
Thank you. Okay, I'm starting to understand. It is donated by Yugopnik. Sick. Yeah. So they're realizing that, holy shit, like, we need to hold all of these tens of thousands of people if we actually plan on deporting millions in a particular place. And they were like, okay, we need to utilize whatever infrastructure we have. Obviously, the only infrastructure America really has is prisons. And Trump probably thought, dude, it's going to sound so fucking cool to my racist electorate if I mention Guantanamo Bay and keeping them in Guantanamo Bay, because it's kind of like outside of America, but also like Guantanamo Bay sounds like fucking sick as fuck, okay? And those two things came together, and that's why they picked Guantanamo Bay. Obviously, it's fucking insane. 30,000 people there, like, just logistically, it would be fucking disgusting. But from a logistical perspective, but just from an ethical perspective, literally putting people in the most famous American torture camp is additionally devious. That's why they're talking to that, like, big strong arm dude from El Salvador about him potentially being an unironic off-site prison colony. I don't know if you know about this, but like El Salvador. U.S. Look at this.
Groups are condemning an unprecedented potential deal between...
Like, they are talking to El Salvador to potentially utilize El Salvador, which is trying to develop prison as arguably its main staple industry, as insane as it sounds. But it only utilizes it domestically, right? But now they want to import prisoners, and sometimes those prisoners might actually be U.S. citizens, which makes it even fucking crazier. Thank you, username 128934 for the 11 months, you fucking G. Thank you very much.
Between El Salvador and the U.S., the country has offered to house violent criminals from America, including U.S. citizens, and
a literal penal colony, dude. Penal colony.
Dry February? Why would you deny me, Habibi?
Deep red wine, yes, baby. Thank you for the fucking 100, dude. That is so fucking kind. Deep red wine, to tell you something, has been a patron of my fucking channel since I've had 3,000 subscribers or something. Since I made a Patreon. He was one of my first patrons. He's a patron on the Deep program. And we hang out very often when we do the Habibi chat over in the Deep program server. I hope you remember on YugopnikTwitch as well. Genuinely brilliant person, especially for a fucking Scandinavian. Thank you, Deep Red Wine. You fucking G. I love you. Fucking G. But yeah, he's literally one of the unironic OJs.
Receive deportees of any nationality. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
Like, look at this. He's sitting on the veranda of his massive villa, and he is negotiating with politicians from foreign states about literally buying prisoners, renting out space for prisoners. This is what they pitched us as the good guy of South America. Obviously, there it's a more complicated conversation. Like the crime lords were a very big problem, but we're Marxists. We look at why people become criminals, not how do we remove them from the streets exclusively, even though temporary imprisonment is necessary, especially with violent offenders. But blah blah blah. I'm not. My fucking opinion. I'm not gonna go into this. But like this guy was pitched as, dude, this is just black and white. He's just cleaning the streets. He's making a very violent country into a relatively peaceful one. Turns out the long-term plan basically for him was I want to turn prisons into my number one export/import. Why export/import? It might become the first export-import, both at the same time industry, because you're importing prisoners, but you're exporting money saved. I don't even know how to pitch it. But he's sitting on top of his villa discussing with a foreign dignitary about how he could buy their prisoners.
Habibi,
incredible stuff.
I've been following you since you were still torturing yourselves with YouTube streaming. Blyat.
Oh, dude, that was crazy. That was fucking disgusting. Absolutely, you're one of the OGs here on the streams. Who remembers this? It's like not even Yugopnik. No. This 221 views 4 years ago. Scapegoat. What the fuck? Crazy. With Paul. I love Paul. Wonder what Paul's doing now. Anyways. Yeah, this fucking guy. I love Paul.
Rubio unveiled the offer after meeting with the
That was a YouTube frog. Welcome to civilization, bro. Really sick shit. The gang members in El Salvador are the only ones treated kindly in there. The guy who was in there was picked off the street. He was a farmer. He's not the only one. Yeah, they're doing mass incarceration. If you just even look at them wrong, you're getting arrested. And especially when you're arresting tens of thousands of people weekly or monthly, it allows for you to very easily sneak in, let's say, make sure they get swept up in the masses. I'm talking about political opponents, etc., etc. I'm not saying he's doing this, but let me look at this guy. Just look at, he wants to turn prison into a full for-profit business where he imports foreign prisoners. But let CNN do the talking. I don't know why you trust me on my word. Low-key, if I were a leftist head of state, I'd be offering other states to take their immigrants in, boosting workforce and getting remuneration from the countries I take in the immigrants in from. No, absolutely, but he is only saying that he wants them to be imported and arrested. He's not saying I want your immigrants. He's saying I want to arrest your immigrants, which is fucking crazy.
President on Monday.
He has agreed to.
And this works great for these fucking ghouls, because if they were imprisoning illegal immigrants, quote unquote illegal, they would still need to use American taxpayer money. I mean, not really, but I'm not going to get you into fucking MMT theory here, modern monetary theory. The population will think that they have to use tax money, which will look bad on their record. But if they just send it over to another country, it's a different thing. The guy wants to become a penal colony in 2025, my dude. In 2025. Holy fucking shit.
To accept for deportation any illegal alien in the United States who is a criminal from any nationality, be they MS-13 or Trinidad.
You introduced me to socialist thought, but Balkan Dad radicalized me. He showed me how delicious Kajmak is. I refuse to let the capitalist class ruin Kajmak. Viva la Kajmak.
Absolutely. Massive respect to Balkan, and it's Kajmak, absolutely.
And house them in his jails. And third, he has offered to house.
That sounds illegal as fuck. I mean, kind of, but no, not really. Because I'm not sure what the regulations are when it comes to where you like have to deport an illegal immigrant. Do you have to deport them to their original country or not? That's the question. And then it's a question if it's a illegal immigrant who has a criminal record, do different rules apply? And can you just send them over to a guy who does prison for you? Maybe the El Salvador kingpin can make the prison territories where Americans are taken work like embassies. It's
in his jails dangerous American criminals in custody in our country, including those of U.S. citizenship and legal residence. No country's ever made an offer of friendship such as this.
An offer of friendship. And this, like, obviously, we are not American exceptionalists here, but in the mind of an American exceptionalist, the one thing you do not touch and you do not fuck with is American lives and quote-unquote American lives. And he is openly saying that the prison colony El Salvador guy would unironically be open to imprisoning American citizens, and he is spinning this as a incredible kind gesture. Bruh, what? What, bruh, what? What, bruh, what did you, bruh?
Well, El Salvador says it will take a fee to house convicted criminals in its mega prison. The country has one of the highest incarceration rates in the world. CNN contributor Stefano Pozzebon is tracking the story from Bogota, Colombia, and he's joining us now. Stefano, aside from the fee the country will be paid, I mean, what's in it for El Salvador? Is this all about the money, or is it about trying to gain favor with the new administration?
It definitely is about gaining favor with the new administration. We know that President Bukele of El Salvador has had personal relationships with both Donald Trump and, of course, with Elon Musk in the past. He's a big friend of big tech down in Central America. But I think
big tech, big gates with a lot of people inside of them. Big tech. Big tech, also known as prisons.
Wonderful.
Famous technological evolution of man put in room, not allowed to leave. Thank you, Pangarezito, mi amor. Thank you very much for the 10 months, baby. Thank you.
Here, there is a very important precisation to make out that despite outstanding the idea of deporting U.S. convicted criminals, American citizens that are serving a sentence in the U.S. and moving them to El Salvador, as Mark Rubio.
Dude, remember when they literally created black sites off U.S. territory so that they can torture motherfuckers and so that they can disappear motherfuckers? And that was like a secret, and then we found out, and we were all like, what the fuck? That's so fucked. Now on primetime TV, my dudes, on primetime TV, they're like black sites, but for like tens of thousands of people, bro. On CNN. And you know that Rubio is going to get a fucking percentage. Like, they're going to do slave trade, and motherfucker's going to get a percentage. Probably like $20 per head or something. Right, deposited into his bank account. Hey, Hugo, I'm an Iraqi immigrant and a minor recently. And a minor recently, I've been having a debate on if I should stay here and fight the new fascist government in the U.S. or if I should leave with my family for the sake of safety. To put it shortly, should I flee for safety, or should I fight the fascists to not allow them to be safe and allowed to rule the world freely? That is really on you. I always say that if you can leave the United States, you should, because there's no long-term sustainability that country can offer anybody who is a progressive, but that also would be kind of running away. I agree. So if you enjoy your life there, if your family enjoys your life there for now, try and fight it, of course. But do not put greater importance over your family towards trying to change the literal imperial core, which is borderline impossible. You know, very, very, very big question, very difficult to answer, to be honest. But what are your conditions going to be if you leave? What are your conditions currently? How closely does your family feel with the life you've made for yourself there? Would you lose a lot? All of those are factors that you need to keep in mind.
Appear to suggest that was on offer.
Yeah, that's a decision no one can make but you.
For late last night, there is one important clarification to point out. Take a listen to what one of the professors that we spoke with told me yesterday about this potential deal.
People who are alleged gang members who have not yet been convicted of a criminal violation have still only, if they are undocumented, only violated a civil code, not a criminal code. So the idea of using this alleged category, this very loose and overly flexible category to detain, incarcerate, and potentially deport, not even to a country of origin, I mean, it really does undermine the credibility of the United States as a rule of law-based country.
What? We needed to say this? Why do we need a professor to say massive black sites in allied authoritarian foreign states would undermine the position the United States holds in the international community when it comes to their following of law? Yeah, what?
And Amara, that distinction is crucial here because under the new state of emergency law that...
What, if they're not convicted? Like, we should only talk about whether they're convicted or not. But if they're convicted, it's completely chill to deport them to penal colonies.
Bukele passed in El Salvador in 2022, there is no distinction between alleged and convicted criminals. The police has the authority to detain any person on the suspicion of being part of a gang, maybe because they have tattoos, maybe because they are seen hanging out in neighbors that are under the control of the gangs. And that's why human rights organizations in El Salvador are telling us that they believe that out of the 82,000 people that have been detained in the last 2 years, several tens of thousands of them are actually innocent. And so the idea for the United States to handle their gang problem and the problems that these transnational gangs like Tren de Aragua and MS-13 are posing to the administration with these same tactics as El Salvador has employed over the last 2 years is raising enormous concern, not just for the human rights activists that we're speaking with and opposition people and of course the Democratic Party in the United States, but for everyone who is really looking at the rule of law in this side of the world, because it could be a model to be exported in many other countries. We're seeing across...
What fucking model? The model is fucking arrest anybody who you feel like could be a gang member. And sure, we can argue whether this was necessary because of how rampant criminality and organized crime in the country was. Blah, blah, blah. We'll all pick sides and we'll scream at each other on whether law should be followed as a principle or as a utilitarian tool. And it will lead to absolutely nothing. This is not what the fucking conversation is about, Mr. Whatever the fuck your name is from Bogota. Why are you explaining how the El Salvadorian system works? This story is about the United States of America potentially outsourcing its prison system to a country which quite literally seems to want to turn being a penal colony as one of its main industries and ways to make money. And the biggest problem out of this entire thing is when you create something that is basically completely for profit, and it makes money by having more people put inside of those compounds and those prisons and those camps, it will do its best to fill it with more people. And then it will do its best to exploit as much labor out of them as well. And when you extrapolate that to two fucking countries, where one can literally just arrest and send somewhere over there abroad where they don't even have to think about them anymore, that's when we get to the real fucking problems that can potentially erupt out of this. It's not about how El Salvador handled their shit. It's about this new situation. Anyways, back to the news. Where is... Apologies. I love YouTube. I love the incredible UI these people give while taking 50% of what YouTubers make. It's incredible stuff. There you go. It didn't even reload to where it was before. Incredible things. Incredible things are happening. Now it doesn't let me do the... Fantastic. And now it's here.
Belarus president has agreed to receive asylum.
It happened from 45 to 50. 45, 50, is there really a reason when they're getting such a big chunk? It's 45. I don't know. I don't even check. Leave, bro. Don't look back. You can end like every civil rights movement activist family dead right next to your killed spouse. Yeah, it's pretty fucked. How do prisons make money other than cheap free labor? They make the state budget pay them for the housing of the prisoners, and then they make extra money by utilizing the free labor. They do both basically. Sometimes they pay them per head. That's why they overcrowd private prisons, because the more people inside of a particular space, the more money you make. They start treating them as like rental properties to an extent, both the prisoners and the prisons, and the prison space. See Ethan using your voice in his nuke? No, send me a link. I would love to be nuked.
Secret.
What is an... and his nuke, the fucking stuff from the deprogram. No, I haven't watched that thing, nor will I. But it's very fun to dunk on, nonetheless. It was a clip from, yeah.
From other countries who are being deported from the United States following a pressure campaign from the Trump administration. President Bernardo Arevalo announced the deal Wednesday after talks with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio in Guatemala City, saying he'd agreed to receive 40% more deportation flights from the United States. Israel's Defense Minister Israel Katz ordered his army to prepare a plan for the, quote, voluntary departure, unquote.
Slipping into insanity has been very interesting. Yeah, on Tuesday, that was our main topic. It was fucking hilarious. Maybe later when we have time, if we have time, we'll cover that too.
Of residents from Gaza, following Trump's proposal to unlawfully take over the Gaza Strip and ethnically cleanse the Palestinian territory. Katz also falsely claimed countries which spoke out against Israel's war crimes in Gaza, including Spain, Ireland, and Norway, are, quote, legally obligated to allow any Gaza resident to enter their territories, unquote. Palestinians in Gaza have forcefully rejected any efforts to force them into exile. This is displaced Gaza resident Hassan Ashur speaking from Rafah.
Thank you, Veron Zombie. I increased the volume.
We want to tell the Israeli defense minister.
Aren't you the official reason why Ethan is having his current crash out, or rather mental crisis? We were not the official reason, we were the original reason. That particular clip from our show was the catalyst that started all of this. Obviously the real reason was that it was unavoidable for him to come out as a Zionist and for everyone to lose their shit. But the catalyst, the shooting of Archbishop Ferdinand was, basically our reaction to October 7th on the deprogram. that he played as a clip during Leftovers. It was, what the fuck?
That we are steadfast in Gaza. Despite the siege and despite everything, we are steadfast. God willing, we will not leave our country.
UN Secretary General
Ben Empanadas React is really good. It really is, but it's 6 hours. We can't watch that, thank God. We're going to watch H0H0's React to the React later, which, holy shit, I want to nuclear bomb my dignity for even entertaining the thought.
Antonio Guterres responded Wednesday to President Trump's remarks at a session of the UN Committee on the exercise of the inalienable rights of the Palestinian people.
In the search for solutions, we must not make the problem worse. It is vital to stay true to the bedrock of
fucking Antonio over here saying that Trump, saying that he would remove all Palestinian from Gaza as a search for solutions. My God. What the fuck, Antonio? I know you're trying to be diplomatic and shit as the fucking Secretary General, but bro.
International law. It is essential to avoid any form of ethnic cleansing.
Also on Wednesday, Israel announced it would no longer participate in the UN Human Rights Council, one day after Trump announced the U.S. would withdraw from the UN body.
Yes, good guy behavior, level 7.
Vigils are being held around Sweden as more details emerge about Tuesday's mass shooting in a continuing education school in the city of Örebro, which killed 11 people, including the shooter in the worst mass shooting in Swedish history.
Fucking disgusting.
The suspect reportedly changed into military gear in the school bathroom before carrying out his attack. The targeted school served a large immigrant population and offered Swedish language classes. This is a nursing student and survivor of the shooting.
There were 2 consecutive bangs, and then they increased in frequency, and then we understood that it was a shooting. I thought that this was my last time, my last day, that I'm getting shot today, but I don't know when.
The Panama Canal
Fucking shit. Yanks, can you stop fucking exporting this shit, please? Last year in Serbia, there were like 2. There was 1 kid that got fucking shot in Croatia recently. The fucking hell.
Authority has denied the Trump administration's sudden claim that U.S. vessels would be able to cross.
The guy was a right-wing extremist. He said, "You shall be removed from Europe" during a Survivor's video. Let's see as more information comes in. As disgusting as it sounds, I hope it is. You know, classic right-wing terrorist logic. Hey, all these immigrants are bad because they are doing terrorism. I will respond to this by doing terrorism. Smartest right-winger in a school. The balls on you, must feel like a man, must feel fucking strong. Offing fucking children, must feel like, feeling like a Templar, fucking defending against the infidels in a school. Fucking, the shit I will do to you if you give me 2 weeks, bro.
Across the waterway, quote, without charge fees, saving the U.S. government millions of dollars a year, unquote. Panama's government said Wednesday no such adjustment had been made. Trump has repeatedly threatened to retake the Panama Canal, claiming it's being operated by China. Argentina's far-right populist president, Javier Milei, says he's withdrawn.
El Templars, W Ottoman supremacy. Yo. L both, okay?
Argentina from the World Health Organization, following in the footsteps of President Trump.
You know which buttons to press.
Like Trump, Milei cited the UN agency's response to the COVID pandemic, namely its backing off of life-saving lockdowns. Last month, Milei gave a speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Blasted.
He should have given a speech at the World Not Having an Economy Forum.
Feminism, LGBTQ communities, the fight against climate change, social welfare, and so-called wokeism. Mass demonstrations took place in Argentina following up protesters called Milei's hate speech. Ecuador's President Daniel Noboa has announced a series of major policy changes that also appear to echo Trump just days ahead of general election Sunday. These include a 27% tariff on Mexican imports and a plan to immediately militarize Ecuador's ports of entry, including temporarily sealing the border. Noboa is up against leftist Luis.
What the fuck? Let me hear that again. What? I didn't know this. This is actually news for me. What?
Daniel Noboa has announced a series of major policy changes that also appear to echo Trump just days ahead of general election Sunday. These include a 27% tariff on Mexican imports and a plan to immediately...
Who's this fucking cuck? What the fuck? Is this a whole country being cucked in real time, dude? Oh, can we build a cuck chair so fucking large that the whole country can sit in it? Yo, dude.
Militarize Ecuador's ports of entry, including temporarily sealing the border. Noboa...
Motherfucker copying the worst parts of another person's homework, dude. Imagine like you're doing a test and somehow the only thing you copy off of the test is all the wrong answers.
Is up against leftist Luis Gonzalez of the Citizen Revolution movement. Gonzalez is a protege of former President Rafael Correa, who's vowed to increase social spending and crack down on crime. Both the Argentine President Milei and the Ecuadorian President Noboa attended President Trump's inauguration. And California officials have accused President Trump of wasting billions of gallons of water after he ordered the U.S. Army Corps...
Dude, what the fuck? Holy shit. What kind of... Oh my God. Dude, no, sorry, I'm a bit shook. The guy is running an election campaign. He saw Trump say 3 sentences, and then he looked at his electorate and said, I will do the same. Whee! And that's the pitch. I do this for a living. I'm rarely baffled, but holy fuck. Holy shit. I'm an Argentinian in Argentina and this fucking sucks. Yeah, of course. Of course he's going to excuse his disgusting economic policies that are impoverishing millions by saying, what about le gays? What about le woke?
Corps of Engineers to open 2 dams in central California. Over the weekend, Trump declared on social media the waters flowing in California and claimed it was, quote, heading to farmers throughout the state and to Los Angeles. Neither claim is accurate. None of the 2.2 billion gallons discharged into the dry lake bed of Tulare Lake will flow to Los Angeles to help with wildfires, which have already been contained. Meanwhile, the water was released ahead of the dry summer months when it's most needed and before most farmers have been...
By the way, the reason I put lay in front of everything should show you that I'm very old, because to this day, I tried to get it out of my brain, but what would they call, like, the original memes? Like this? Back then, we used to, for some reason, put le in front of everything, like le troll face, right? And it's permanently stuck in my brain. Like, le troll, like just lay in front of everything. It makes no fucking sense whatsoever. But it's like a brain rot that has never managed to leave my skull. You know?
Even planted their...
Rage face comics, yeah? Le me gusta. Le problem? I'm le funny. I can't wait for these to come back in style, and they probably will, in like a hyper-ironic twist. In 2035 or some shit, okay? Well, Wojaks are already coming out of style, and this shit's gonna come back, dude. They did already. They did? Yes, encourage me, indeed.
Fields.
Chat, we're bringing Letrol Face back.
Southern and Central California and Nevada are experiencing record or near record dryness. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.com.
Thank you. Not as depressing as I expected. Depression Now, depressionnow.com. Thank you very much. And now let's de-depress with Bill Burr. Bill Burr, Elon Musk salute. I listened to 2 minutes of this and it was pure fucking gold, especially his rants that I usually go on, in which which we were like, yo, like jock billionaires, that's the worst thing that we can have. And now we got nerd billionaires, and somehow it is worse. Okay, it is adapting Marxian analysis of the class dichotomy and the slow degradation of capitalism into fascism by introducing a social class to the conversation, which is basically nerds wanting to do epic 360 no-scope revenge on everyone, okay? It's great. It's depressing.
In that same event, Trump advisor Elon Musk raised eyebrows for a gesture some are comparing to a Nazi salute.
Some, yeah.
Nazi salute? Nazi salute?
Nazi salute.
A Nazi salute.
Dude, what happened to the fucking Twitter guy? I don't watch the news. That guy has lost his fucking mind. That dude...
fucking Twitter guy.
Dude has lost his
Just
fucking
listen.
mind.
It's so good.
I also don't understand neo-Nazi people. I don't understand how they're in this country going, support the troops, America, love it or leave it, and all of this type of shit. And it's like, you know, all those guys who died on D-Day, they were fighting Hitler. Like, I've lived so long. Like, you know, everything just sort of changes after a while. It's like, wait a minute, are people trying to say he was a good guy now?
Yes, bro. They were fighting the wrong side. That's what people are saying. They should have fought the Soviets, dude. Should have fought the Soviets. That's how they could have kept segregation and maybe bring back slavery, dude. The South was always right, bro. Let's go.
The fucking level of ignorance out there. And what is that fucking Twitter guy? He literally sieged Heil. He didn't just Heil. You know, you can accidentally Heil. Hey! Oh, so, I didn't mean like that. I didn't mean like that. But when you add the sieg, you meant it. Good Lord. It is just so funny to me how when I was growing up, all of these fucking women that
our
hated
generation's
men, they were always
fucking
focusing on
our
the athlete.
generation's George Carlin. Obviously not as good as George Carlin. I don't think anybody can peak George Carlin, but holy shit, am I a fucking fan, dude? Am I a fucking fan? In my dedication to discriminating ginger people for my entire life, he will be spared. Okay, I'm kidding. I actually really like ginger people. They kind of look great.
And they never paid attention to the nerds. And now look at it.
Daywalker. One of few Boston W's, yeah.
You know, you paid attention to the wrong fucking people. You know, they
go,
just
this
hated
is
men. They were always focusing on the athletes, and they never up. All of these fucking women that hated men, they were always focusing on the athletes, and they never paid attention to the nerds. And now look at it. You know, you were paid attention to the wrong fucking people. You know, I don't know what their deal was. They were upset because you were a good-looking guy and you could fucking score a touchdown. And these nerds just silently resenting beautiful women, resenting, you know, the fucking good-looking guy, the Burt Reynolds guy out there with the T-tops crushing it. Silently resenting. And now we are in the true revenge of the nerds.
Revenge of the nerds.
Era.
Dude, I'm telling you. So bourgeois resentment of the proletariat, emboldened by social class resentment of those who consider themselves brilliant, incredibly good at homework of everyone else, somehow created the modern capitalist reactionary, which manages to be both equal levels deranged, bigoted, but also incredibly cringe, you know?
And look at that guy.
Not saying that fascists aren't always cringe, but there's at least been some sort of like aesthetic to it. Some sort of like, oh, you know? Now it's a fucking guy that runs a posting platform that has a department in the US called Doge that is Zeke Heiling all over the place, that has 20 children and was divorced 6 times. Okay, these motherfuckers somehow making Hitler look cool. Like holy fuck. The guy with one nut and a micro penis is somehow looking like fucking whatever compared to this dude. Incredible shit. mods, this could be good for TikTok or whatever, and this whole segment could be good for YouTube. Just FYI.
Turkish hair plug.
No, I'm not doing Hitler apologia, but like, come on.
Plugs in his laminated.
You know your hot shit like das Gestapo, das SS, yeah, fucking boots, fucking Rome. And this guy's like, oh, the wokes and their purple hairs. I will post about it. I will post my way into the Fourth Reich. I am tripping so hard that all my children hate me. like it's crazy shit, dude. Not fuck both. Yes, fuck both. I'm not saying, oh my God, fuck you, chat. I love you, but fuck you. I'm not. If you somehow spin this as me fucking approving of Hitler, I'm saying that they somehow managed to make Hitler worse. That's what I'm saying. It's Hitler, but worse. Okay? Of course, nothing can be worse than what the Nazis did, unless it's like outdone somehow by these fucking people. But it's Jacobian degeneration is accelerating. They're right about the Untermenschens them.
Face, and now he's out here Sieg Heiling. I mean, that guy is off his fucking rocker. I can't believe he's still in, like, whatever position he just got. Like, how the fuck do you keep that guy in that position? It's like, wait a minute, this guy is he rooting for the other side? He's on the Axis side? All of these movies along the fucking way, the greatest...
Yeah, plot twist when you realize that post World War II, you did become the Axis side. That is very unfortunate, but...
Generation.
Talking about the state, not the American people, of course.
In D-Day, all of those lives that were sacrificed so that people could live free. And this fucking nerd, because he couldn't get any pussy in high school, is now identifying with Hitler. Oh my God.
Motherfuckers that watched Starship Troopers but didn't get any of the fucking points.
This is where liberalism is bad. Because, and why extreme conservatism works over liberalism is because liberals at heart are non-confrontational. And this is like some shit that needs to be.
And I would have been like against this statement, but then he literally Zeke Heiled, and all mainstream liberal media was like, "But are we sure it's a Zeke Heil? I mean, are we sure it's a Zeke Heil?" I mean, the guy constantly posted like great replacement theory stuff, and is literally from apartheid South Africa, and you know his family made money from that exact circumstance, and he supported one of the most reactionary U.S. presidents in history. But like, are we sure that he's the... Are you sure?
Stomped out immediately. That people are going to like fucking try to lead us back in that direction. I mean, what are we doing? This is the United States. We're united, not divided. And like, are we really going to fuck this up?
Wonderful, a new child
because Elon Musk couldn't get any pussy in fucking high school? Like we're really gonna fuck this?
Thank you, William, for the 5 months. Trump sanctions the ICC. Of course he fucking did. Thank God he didn't invade it yet. Trump will sign an executive order today to sanction the ICC over investigations into the U.S. and allies like Israel, including financial and visa sanctions on those involved and their family members, says the White House. Classic behavior of the good guy, okay? Hey, this court that to an extent we finance so that they fight our enemies is now like has... developed a certain level of independence and is saying, yo, you can also do incredibly fucked up stuff, not just the people that very often we rightfully defined as America's state enemies. And America is like, no, what the fuck do you think you're doing? How about sanctions? Probably he wanted to do tariffs on the ICC, but somebody needed to tell Trump that the ICC is indeed not a country. The ICJ, or ICC in this case. Bro named his kid Technomechanicus. I mean, modern day Hitler named his kid Technomechanicus. It's what a timeline.
This whole thing up. Fucking guy. I mean, I don't know. It just boggles my fucking mind. I don't know. Well, we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays. Why would he be a Nazi? Like, what does he feel he's not getting as a white man? I mean, it's like you're a fucking billion. You got more money than anybody. You're still upset.
He's not getting revenge against the, I don't know, black jocks. That's what he's not getting. I don't know.
That, like, how do you have the bandwidth with the amount of fun you're shooting rockets off and all of this stuff? You still have the bandwidth to fucking, you to be like not liking people because they don't look like you? Is that what it is? I mean, to be honest with you, nobody looks like Elon Musk. That's what scared me about that.
Yeah. Nobody's built like him either, dude.
Guy. You know what I mean? Like, Hitler couldn't live up to his version of what the perfect human was. What do you like, blonde, blue-eyed, and all of those fucking Scandinavian people? And like, he was this ugly little fucking troll. That was one ugly son of a bitch, I will tell you.
Indeed.
That, you know, scowling. He definitely came with the grunge vibe before grunge music.
Fucking grunge getting strays right now.
Hitler definitely had Seattle energy.
The blacks are taking our farmland, or whatever the Boers are saying.
He was not a Sunset Strip guy. T-tops, doing some blow, walking, flying, driving down the street with some big-titted fucking blonde. That was not his vibe. He was... Hitler's chicks had hairy legs. I'm going to say that's what it was. That's what he could get. He was a private. He was a private in the service. He was a private in the army. And I don't know. And we all paid the fucking price. So now here comes another one. Here comes another one. You know what? The greatest country and the freest country in the world needs fascism.
Springfield will have its first annual Do What You Feel festival this Saturday. Whenever you...
Bill slowly getting to the point. Bill slowly getting that good old consciousness. I'm sure you're aware, but his father was Afrikaner Verstandsbeweging supporter, and Elon hates the real people of South Africa, the actual Africans, and not the German and Dutch colonizers, for resisting and dismantling legal apartheid and trying to further dismantle the economic aspects of the South African apartheid structure. Of course, but it always bears repeating.
You feel like showing up. It'll be a welcome change from our annual Do As We Say festival, started by German settlers in 1946.
Unreal. Unfucking real. I hate that expression, come to Jesus moment. The fuck does that mean? All right? I'm running from that guy. All right?
Dude, this was not a come to Jesus moment where we all slowly realized, because he did a literal Zeke Heil. We've been fucking leftists, at least, have been screaming about this for the last 5 years. And somehow libs, like the guy literally came out on national television after the candidate whose election he bought, and Zeke Heil in front of everyone. And liberal media was like, yo, bro, like, maybe he didn't mean it, bro. Proceeds to be shot 3 times in own living room. Oh, dude, did you like intend to do this, or did you miss, bro? What the fuck? I'm bleeding to death, bro, but it's okay. I'm keeping my hands open because billionaire man must be good man because he's one of us. Oh, wait, he's no longer one of ours? Oh, shit, that's a fucking oligarch. Fuck that, dude. Imagine like a fucking... Doge stormtroopers walking into your house and arresting your black wife and then shooting you for being a race traitor. The Dodge squad, they have little like doges that are running in like 360 like swastikas, doggy troopers. And they're all 20 and they've never had sex. That's what motivates them. He pays them in sex.
Not him personally, all right? I got no problem with that surfing-looking guy, you know? He looks like he, goes out on a board out there in Malibu. Carves up the waves or whatever. I got no beef with him, but it's who he works for. I stay away from those guys. I cut out like the middle. Religion, it's like trying to give money to a charity. It's like trying to get the money to the actual people that use it once it goes through the fucking infrastructure is impossible. And that's what I find with, like, if you're going to try to have a relationship with the higher power, I don't get how you do that through organized fucking religion. Just inherently, it doesn't make any sense. I feel like your sense of a higher power and that there's something bigger than you is your own personal thing, and that somebody privatized it.
No, I want to privatize it and create an institution that's different than any other institution, especially even institutions that have some sort of history, and then make a very big church, and then you all come there, and if you want to listen to my shit, you got to give $500. Wait, is that Twitch?
Turned it into a fucking business, and then starts throwing down rules and scaring the shit out of you and telling you if you do this, you do that, all of this shit. They don't know. They have no fucking idea what they're talking about. And now it's a business, and they're making all this money. You make money, you got boats. You got boats, you got money, you got whores. You got whores, you're out there fucking, fucking having a good time. You don't want it to end. So then, I don't know, it all fucking goes away. So I feel like that's my own business. And if all these different groups can make up their own bullshit or what the fuck they think's going to happen after you die, why can't I? How come I can't have my own bullshit? And I like my bullshit because it doesn't involve anybody else. I'm not putting it on anybody. There's no collection basket. Just to be part of something. I mean, a lot of people don't know this, but the Nazi party started with a bake sale and people just wanting to be part of a community. Who is Elon Musk dating? Can you imagine his chick when he just sees him go out there and then just watches him start Sieg Heiling? Like, oh my God, what is he doing? He's going to burn this whole thing down. I think he just lost his job. Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
they love him even more.
Wait a minute. Nothing happened. I cannot believe nothing happened. Nothing happened. How do you explain that away?
Musk posted on X, frankly, they need better dirty tricks. The everyone is Hitler attack is so tired.
I mean, we didn't say you're Hitler. We said you like Hitler.
I saw some guy who was saying gesture truthism and trying to like make it seem like people were saying that he wasn't Sieg Heiling. He goes, okay, what was he doing? What was he saying? And
they use scenes from my fictional movie from Rome. What? I talked about this too much. I don't want to talk about
rockets are gonna get launched and they go that way. Maybe it was taken out of context. You know who would do the Sieg part of the Heil, but not the whole Sieg Heil, was that Celine Dion. It was like she was a Nazi that was stuttering. You know what I mean? She couldn't quite get through it. She would Sieg. She'd like punch herself in the cleavage. Hey, Elon Musk, if you don't mind, we'd like to enjoy our life.
I mean, you can, but are you white though? Yeah, you got the gist. Very fucking good. Very good shit, man. Very good shit. Let's watch some billionaire infighting.
We wanted to get a different perspective on the fight over the U.S. Agency for International Development, or USAID, a program that dispenses billions in foreign aid. On Monday, Elon Musk said President Trump agreed.
Guys, let's listen to the opinion of a guy that sterilized Africans give his opinion on the guy that Zeke hired. Can't wait on the hot takes.
With him that he needed to be shut down. Earlier, I spoke with Bill Gates, the Microsoft founder, whose Gates Foundation is one of the largest charitable organizations in the world. We discussed Elon Musk and the funding fight. The interview is part of a book tour he's doing for a memoir of his early years, Source Code, My Beginnings. Well, let's start with Elon Musk. He's called USAID a criminal organization. He called it evil. He talked about...
Of course, the CNN is running fucking protection on USA. The one thing that they did right, but accidentally, of course.
It's a radical left political psyop.
Dude, the CIA, famously fucking communist.
To you, what is the importance of USAID and the U.S. giving aid to people in need around the world?
Well, the USAID plays a super important role in dispensing our aid budget, which is less than 1%.
To our friends that we can then utilize as a literal weapon to motivate them to toe the fucking line, or we will take the money back, okay? The aid part of it is non-existent.
Santa.
Thank you, Huang Ju. Thank you very much for the 7 months, friend. Thank you very much.
The government budget. Usually it's pretty obscure, so maybe this is a chance to talk about, okay, is some of that work we'd like to change, but overall, it's work that saves millions of lives and, helps strengthen relationships for the United States.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's the more important part.
If it's just moved into the State Department, does that matter?
No, the exact organization can change. It was kept separate, so the idea of helping the poorest, you'd have, a real priority for that in mind. And I'm not, against some degree of tuning, but, having all those people not come into work and characterizing the whole thing in a negative way, I'm a little disappointed in that.
Let me ask you about PEPFAR as well, because this is a program which George W. Bush started. It has saved more than 20 million people's lives around the world.
Probably it saved tens of millions. I was a recipient indirectly through the university that I studied at of USAID, as I said at the beginning of the fucking stream. But this is not stuff that's given freely. This is money that is given as a literal rope before people fall to their death. But once they grab the fucking rope, they're told to, I don't know, fucking start wearing leather boots and shooting the types of people that we prefer you shoot, or educate your population in the particular way we want you to educate it, or you have to treat this neighbor or that neighbor in one or the other particular way, because if you don't, we will take the money away. You don't actually need to use firearms to manipulate, especially economically struggling states. You can give them money, get them used to the money, and then tell them that they will literally go bankrupt unless they follow through on the policies that you tell them they need to follow. It's a simple, completely legal trick that allows you to completely take sovereignty away from institutions, and when it comes to very, very struggling countries, even entire countries.
Since then, is it done now? I mean, is it paused?
There were 48 hours where drug disbursement was shut down, and then that was reversed. And now the challenge is that the employees who manage that work are...
Imagine if the shutting down of USA, they only shut down the part that actually helps impoverish people, and they keep the part that goes to right-wing authoritarian states. They're like, nah, that one we're keeping. Like shit that's funneled through USA that directly lines the pockets of fucking right-wing dictators. Like that one we keep. Like for Javier Milei, that shit stays. Okay. That shit stays.
An absolute...
yeah, I know that the guy is not going to contribute to the conversation at all. He's just going to be like, yes, maybe we can change it, but we shouldn't abolish it type of shit, which, sure, if you remove the CIA's hand from USA, then keep USA as like a independent structure, which is impossible because it is a forearm of the U.S. State Department. it could lead to something good. If you just, if you remove the U.S. and just use it as aid, then God bless. America could switch to the good guy to an extent, but we all know that's not gonna fucking happen. Anyways, the CIA has sent to the White House an unclassified email listing all new hires that have been with the agency for 2 years or less in an effort to comply with an executive order to downsize the federal government. Do nothing, win.
Unnecessary counterintelligence risk. And one.
Usually it is do nothing, win, except when it comes to advertisement. Unless we actively fight it, it slowly envelops our brains and turns us into mushy gooner boys, and not in a good way. So fight the ad that is going to play in exactly 3 minutes and become a Yugopnik communist gooner head for $6 a month for free through Prime, or oil those less privileged in you with some good old communist gooner oil. By gifting subs to them and allowing them to save themselves from the incoming ad apocalypse. Thank you very much. Ad plays in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Top of the hour.
Putting lives in danger. That is the warning today from one top Democrat as the concern is now growing over the national security risks just triggered by a new move from the White House, ordering the CIA to send an unclassified email. Inside that email, the first name, last initial of every CIA staffer hired in the last 2 years. The CIA complied. The fear now, foreign hackers and the new safety threat for Americans in the U.S.
As I said earlier, like China smoking, maybe not Russia. Russia's paying attention to this, but China smoking a fucking cigarette, like watching American news. Yo, maybe the Chinese are gonna hack us. China, like, bro, like, sorry, I'm too like busy, like not falling apart as a country and a people. So like, oh yeah, I'm not interested in any of this. Yeah, I'll just go back to I don't know, building infrastructure and shit. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
And abroad. CNN's Zach Cohen is with us. He's got much more reporting on this. Good morning, Zach. What are you learning?
Yeah, Kate, this is part of the CIA's broader effort to comply with that executive order from President Donald Trump to downsize the federal workforce. But look, for an agency that prioritizes and places a premium on secrecy, this is really, frankly, a surprising move that the CIA sent this list of names to the White House in an unclassified email. And it's obviously raising concerns about national security risks, about counterintelligence.
Dude, you could literally, like, if they want to be real troll face moment, they can say, yo, now like all of these CIA operatives, they're kind of leaked, bro. So we got to like fire all of them because otherwise it's a national security risk. But don't worry, we'll hire our CIA guys. Oh, imagine the government being in so much chaos. They skipped the Korean invasion war games and some of the South China Sea war games this year. That would be wild.
Intelligence threats that could come.
That would be very possible, dude. Yeah, man. Like, again, in the last 10 days, we've seen proof after proof that is showing us that the American State Department is fucking idiotic and they do not know what they're doing. They're completely incapable. They live in some sort of a fucking fever dream for us, but dreamland for them. And they're repeatedly shooting themselves in the same spot in the same foot.
From exposing the identities of these individuals. Now, the people on this list include all new hires.
Yo, Barry, the single-handed carrier of oil on this channel. Thank you very much. When is the hype train going to happen? I want to watch Chinese TikTok, man. This shit is so fucking boring, dude. Fucking, oh, America falling apart. Oh, which is all true. But thank you, Barry, for the 5 gifties, saving 5 people from that disgusting advertising experience. How's your wife's boyfriend, Barry?
At the agency, people who have worked there.
How's your wife's boyfriend?
For 2 years or less. It includes people from analysts to those that are in the training program to eventually go undercover and be deployed overseas to dangerous hotspots around the world, as the CIA does. But look, because of that, this is the exact kind of information.
Sore.
Wonderful, a new child soldier. Funny. I mean, subscriber.
Yo, Felony Beard. Hope your wife's boyfriend is doing good. Thank you very much for the 5. And then we got another 5 from Mr. Hare. Why the fuck is the hype train not beginning? People obviously want the Chinese TikTok, bro.
Wonderful.
Thank you, both of you. Let's fucking go. Turn that chat purple, baby. 0 ads here. The great jihad against advertising shall be successful under this red sun rising. Indeed, indeed. Ha ha ha. Thank you very much, both of you fucking G's.
Information. The CIA has really worked hard to protect
the oil. Sometimes when I get so oiled up, I start looking around because borderline gonna get invaded by the U.S. because so much oil. Haha. He made that joke from 2024. It's fucking hilarious. Yo, Orbital Pyramid, thank you very much. Where train? I think it says incoming. So it says 3 minutes and 20 seconds left to make it real. I don't fucking know. I'm pretty sure like 100 bits are gonna start it or some shit.
In the past,
I'm not sure how the fucking hype trains work. I never figured it the fuck out. Thank you, Mr. Hare.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Jocula, for the gift. And hype train is here. Let's fucking go. Things like the actual reason why you're here. To watch edgy Chinese TikToks. For those of you who are new in this community, basically, whenever there is a hype train, as long as it lasts, we watch Chinese TikToks. Yes, that is the concept of it. It is very simple, and it is fucking awesome. Thank you very much, Orbital, for the 5, baby. Fucking Orbital. Thank you, Jocula, you fucking G. Let's fucking fund this channel and destroy ads forever. That looks fucking disgusting. What the fuck? Thank you, Barry, for another gift day. Fuck. I was never a sweet and sour guy.
Wonderful. A new child soldier. I mean, subscriber.
Let's go! Paint the chat purple, baby! Thank you, Pizza Famine! Thank you, Fjord! I mean, people be like, yo, I want to go check out one of my favorite political commentators and communists for all the political commentary. No, it's for TikTok. Thank you, F. Joel Svin, very much as well, level 7. I mean, as we say here in chat, your mother or your girlfriend might have told you that 6 or 5 is enough, but we are size queens here. And of course, we're only talking about the train. 7, we kind of feel it, but without like a nice thick 9 or a 10. We go home not even remembering the experience, so just keep that in mind. That's nice. FML, when making a single TikTok, takes you like 3 years. This is a lovely home. I would live here. I mean, of course I would. What kind of a privileged ass boy sentence was that? Thank you, F. Joel Savin, for the sub. We were 17. Only. Fuck. This is what dry February feels like. This is literally what dry February feels like. My friends right now are out there destroying the town, bro. But I'm with my other digital friends. Fucking chat, what's up? You love me even when I don't drink.
匆匆，真的是匆匆。
Yo, Americans, feel third world yet? I heard your president just leaked classified CIA information for the lols. And are there any people in chat that are like me? Like, I'm absolutely in love with cats, but I don't think I would ever be able to own one because fucking... I don't know. I don't trust myself with another life. I thought dry February was not making women horny. I mean, then it's dry February for me. Fucking... Then it's dry January, February, March. The whole fucking year. Thank you, Dorondoritus, for making that train a little bit bigger, if you know what I mean. Thank you very much. Have a child easier than a cat. Probably. Fucking guy doesn't fuck up your couch, man. That's my biggest nightmare, honestly. 4 a.m. at the bar trying to pour yourself another Jaeger, dude.
这个汤包啊，它的问题在哪里？
哇塞！
它免得
Oh yes. Yeah. Everybody's fucking been there. What the fuck, Barry? What the fuck? You want to get into level 8, Barry? Barry 1K. Let's fucking go.
If you're thinking...
Jesus, Barry, I fucking love your wife's husband, dude. It's crazy shit.
Lanterns as this or this.
We're very close.
Let me
level
take
8.
you to a world of visual wonder.
Level 8.
Welcome to the world's largest lantern festival.
1 minute 20. Wow. I mean, actually, no. Wow, it's actually, I was a bit skeptic. I was like, it's just some good shots. But no, look how big it is, dude. That's what. Thank you, Will Morriger.
请问这个地方有多大面积啊？ 哇，
No way. 366,000 square meters, dude.
白一天就是几万人，3月15那天有10万人多，3月8号那天有10万。
According to the official stats, last year, just in early March alone, over 1 million people visited, and the festival only runs for about 3 months a year. This isn't just a new thing, though.
Dude, the best thing we get is those little carts that you can drive and hit each other, and like fucking rides that were made in 1998 that travel through towns. 20 seconds left before Hype Train ends, and we have to watch boring political content. Oh yeah, baby! Strongest fucking Nazi. What the fuck, Barry? Guys, be embarrassed. Barry is carrying this entire fucking game, bro. Thank you, Barry, for the $10, also known as 1,000 bits. Thank you, Barry, you fucking G. And we are back to level 8. That means more of this shit. Strongest Nazi, bro. Strongest Nazi, dude. Strongest Nazi. Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! Crazy hamburger! And I managed to bait Will Morriger into reestablishing chat supremacy over Barry Bowles' boyfriend. Hell fucking yeah, baby. Let's fucking go. Feed me that shit. Crawdad. Let's go. Make Barry proud. Make his wife's boyfriend proud. Let's fucking level 9, dude. That fucking thing is big. It's fucking throbbing and it's going really fast and it says words like choo choo, motherfucker. This is sad.
If I wasn't caught in this snare, I'd kill you.
Thank you guys. Very nice of you. Let's keep watching.
If you stay in that snare, you'll die.
Here we had illustrated the proletarian class having mercy on particular petit bourgeois during the revolution and telling them, your interests, no matter how not aligned with mine, are more aligned with mine than with that of capital. Thank you, Joe One, for the biddies. Too long next.
Whoa. Oh shit. You alright?
Fuck, dude. One of my friend's dads literally died like this, though it was a cliff. He was snowboarding and he didn't, the snow was very thick, so he didn't think there was a cliff, but there was a cliff. He went off the cliff. He was comatose for a very long time. Yeah, it's insane. Extreme sports people, like, good for you, but what? But like, I don't get it. Good for you, but I don't get it. Fuck. It feels amazing. It does.
Fuck.
Like like you can die. Me when I go to Colombia. Yeah, we're going to Colombia together.
Come on. Come on. Fucking goddamn it. Hold on, I'm coming.
What do you even do?
Oh, come on. You okay? Can you breathe?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
God, that was crazy. Very snow themed. Well, let's see some more shit posts. 1 minute left before we go to regularly scheduled political commentary. Unless the subtrain continues. Thank you, Barry. Thank you, Joe. Cutie.
Only.
Fuck. Why is this me literally? Oh shit. Fuck. Chat, this awaits all of you. They're still handsome.
匆匆啊，真的是匆匆。你说什么？我说人生啊，兄弟。
It is a privilege to be old and ugly, for you have survived. It is a privilege to be old and dry, for you have survived. Barry with 1,000 trying to keep it alive, but the train has died. At level 9 no less, which is sick as fuck. 50 gifties and 3.4k fucking biddies. Thank you, Barry, you fucking legend. And for Barry's honor, we keep going. Barry's honor. What in the sports? In the what? In the what? Men. I can hear some ladies too, at least there are 50% ladies. That is the niche sport I've ever seen in my life. That is so niche. What is going on? Whoa. Cute.
早6点37，成人狗窝，沙发毛毯 ，PS5，布荷拉迪，泥煤怪兽，神酒啊，不锈钢冲杯器。
He was drinking last night and he woke up at 6:30. What?
早6点37。
No fucking way were you drinking last night and you woke up at 6:30.
醒醒，6点45，准备遛狗。JCG， 我扛冻，你别学。
They have PlayStation.
有点虎，别学。走，跑2步。哎，宠物变质大没有啊？区长说是，谁又给我偷了？可恶，完了，一片加拿大也没了呀。
I understand it. Okay, everyone wakes up very early, but dude, when you're hangover, you can't, even if you want.
哎，这也不够用啊！找着了，
the Chinese that somehow
别晃啊，掉你头上，那你就是屎到临头子。6点58，回家。嘿 Siri， 按下电梯。
好的。
知道怎么用了吗？7点03，到家。芥末鸡。 除尘，没虫，很自觉。那个，掉头，擦脸，萤石，滚，酒精消毒，鞋柜消毒，入户消毒，自动洗手液，洗手消毒。7.07，准备健身，烘焙、吸污、铲冰、隔移、配植、加豆、美式、换装、撸撸，干了，哎。7点10分，开练，吨吨桶。
Are those worth buying? The ones that you press and because I can install one at home. Does that make sense? Or is it just like fucking water pressuring the thing? Like, it doesn't even. I don't think it washes jack shit. Nah, you're saying nah? Yeah, they don't clean properly, right? It's always like a gimmick. Okay, I suffer from radical fetishization of whatever this is. Like forests, rainy climate, drinking warm tea with a few drops of rakia, and just like being either with friends or by myself. Obviously, because of our brain-rotted brains, we're going to get bored after like 20 minutes. You know this. Like, you all know this. But I fetishize it so hard in my brain. And I feel like I should always leave it as a thing that I never really experience, because it's always going to be much better in my brain than how it ends up being. Other chatters be like, this is what I fetishize about. No, bro. Make fucking drugs with big fucking cats. This is fun for the family. That's edgy. Five more and we're continuing with political commentary. This was for Barry's, even though the hype train, the crazy 9-level hype train ended. Still, I show my respect to my OGs, bro. Okay.
帮我看一下小孩，我去生个孩
I will eat this baby. I will take this baby and I will eat it. I will swallow it whole. I'm eating this baby. This baby shall be eaten. This baby is about to die because it is about to... No, it's not going to die. It's going to live in my stomach. It's going to have another 9 months. It's going to have another 9 months in my stomach. And then it's going to be reborn. I don't know from what hole it's going to exit, but I am eating this baby. This baby is about to be eaten. Scratch that. I'm eating 2 babies. No, I'm eating 3 babies. 3 babies. I can fit 3 babies inside of my mouth and I'm going to eat them. I want to eat these children.
帮我看一下
Holy fucking shit, they're so cute. What's with that fucking human instinct of seeing something so cute that you want to like smash it? It's very strange.
世界各国的学校午餐究竟哪一个最难以下咽？国外老哥将从味道、健康度以及饱腹感3个方面进行综合评分。首先是美国学校午餐。转。一台看俯视的风景。好。
They're eating Chinese children in the Balkans. Cute aggression. It's called cuteness aggression. But is there like an explanation for it? Like, unironically, classic Hugo fucking derailment syndrome. Trump reiterates plan for U.S. takeover. Okay, let me just put this in the playlist. What did I want? Cuteness aggression explained. Don't make it long, please. Okay, let's see.
Watching a kitten fumbling around. It might feel as if you've never encountered anything so devastatingly adorable in your mortal life. You may want to pet its soft fur and kiss its tiny head. But you may also feel the conflicting urge to squeeze or smush the kitten, maybe even stuff it in your mouth. However, you don't, and you might be appalled by yourself. But this urge, which psychologists call cute aggression, is a surprisingly common one, estimated to affect about half of all adults.
What? There's people without cuteness aggression? The fuck? You don't want to eat babies? You don't want to squish their heads till they fucking pop? No fucking way, dude. Me? You don't have it, Kubashi? I mean, Kubashi, you're literally like a psychopath. Like, so you don't count. Like, Kubashi does not have emotions. Kubashi sits here just to scream when there's only chair.
Yugo ADHD loading.
Absolutely hard, dude.
To better understand this peculiar phenomenon, let's start with
poll mods. You can do a poll if you want.
What cuteness is.
Thank you, Gabriel.
In 1943, one scientist created a baby schema that identified key features associated with cuteness, like plump cheeks, large eyes, and short limbs. These characteristics, associated with many young animals, were placed in opposition with those perceived as less cute. Decades of study have since indicated that this baby schema reliably tracks with how people perceive cuteness. When study participants see images containing more features that the baby schema pinpoints as cute, they tend to look at them longer and more often. And the photos appear to stimulate brain regions associated with emotion and reward. Cuteness is also thought to influence behavior. In a 2009 study,
but why do we react to those rewards with aggression?
Participants performed better at the game Operation, which demands precise, careful...
Maybe hug them really hard, even you know that's a no-no? I guess, yeah.
...full movements when shown cute images beforehand.
You're the leftist conservatives talk about. So we have a poll running. People answer the poll. We have only 30 people out of the fucking 500 here that have answered it. Do you have cuteness aggression? And it is crazy that it's 50-50. That is insane. Like, as someone that does have it, apparently, it is crazy that some of you don't. And I'm afraid to be friends with you. How do you not, like, start shaking when you see a very cute thing? Like, go like, ah!
The results of another study indicated that people use recycling bins more when they have cute images on them. And the fact that cuteness hijacks our emotions is certainly not lost on authorities and advertisers. But why does cuteness have this hold on us? It's nearly impossible to know for sure, but one theory is that cute things simply make us want to nurture them. Because human babies are relatively helpless on their own, it's hypothesized that evolution favored infants who were perceived as cute and inspired more care and interaction. And being acutely sensitive to cuteness, we're tuned into similar features in other species. In fact,
That's why we're so obsessed with puppies and kittens as well. That makes fucking great sense. Because they're like, they remind us of toddlers so much. I just want to rub my ass on the cute kitten's fur. I don't want to smush them though. What? Ziv, the fuck, bro? Yo.
We domesticated animals, their appearances tended to change too. Some scientists have noted a phenomenon called domestication syndrome.
Cheeks. Are your cheeks these cheeks? Ziv, that was a scary moment.
Where certain animals appear to have gradually adopted more juvenile features as they became more docile. One theory is that these physical changes are regulated by an embryonic structure called the neural crest. It helps determine how some of a developing embryo's cells differentiate and where they go. Delaying or inhibiting the arrival of these cells in certain areas of the body can result in an underdevelopment of the pituitary and adrenal.
That's why we have such a crazy relationship with cats, because they look like toddlers that are stupid and need to be taken care of, and yet they are intergalactic spacefaring demons that have somehow found a species that will be ready to nurture them for 10 to 12 years before they fly over to their UFO without asking any questions. Like, we'll feed them, we'll clean their fucking shit, We'll pet them when they require. We'll like treat them like literal royalty. So yes, cats are aliens that realize that the Homo sapiens, when manipulated through cuteness, will nurture them as royalty, and therefore they came here to like as a pleasure planet, pretty much. That is my cat lore theory. Same like my ad theory. It says that if you watch ads, you literally become a fucking idiot. So avoid the ad that is going to play in 20 seconds. Support the show by becoming a sub or by oiling those less privileged than you. And don't be an idiot. That's pretty much it. Ads make you dumb and less cute, like the one that's going to play in 10 seconds. Thank you. Next.
Glands, which govern fear and aggression. It can also lead to physical characteristics like floppier ears.
Okay, so we have 56% of you said that you do have cute aggression. And 44% of you said that you do not have cuteness aggression, which is fucking wild. 44% of chat is officially not human. I do not like you. I'm kidding. No, God bless. It's a privilege to not have it, because I think that the crazier ones have it, because it does not sound natural that you want to like squish a baby's brains in just because it's cute. Okay. So it's 56-44 for people that do have cuteness aggression.
Shorter snouts and smaller jaws. This is one idea of how selecting for behavioral characteristics like friendliness may also select for more juvenile, cuter physical traits. Basically, as humans breast and smaller jaw, it can also lead to physical characteristics like floppier ears, shorter snouts, and smaller jaw.
So basically, the animals that we have now, ignoring my theory about alien cats, we basically bred the cuter animals into domineering the domesticated animal category. Right? That's basically the pitch. Like we simply like didn't take care of the ones that aren't cute. So over hundreds, if not thousands of years, the only ones that were left over were the cute ones. Selective cute breeding. Don't we also do that with humans? Like we only breed with the cute ones?
One idea of how selecting for behavioral characteristics like friendliness may also select for more juvenile, cuter physical traits. Basically, as humans bred and domesticated docile dogs, we seem to have made some breeds look more like babies. Some scientists theorize that we may have even
pre-watch
domesticated ourselves.
Pretty privilege applies to animals, bro. Pretty privilege applies to animals, bro. Some people are not that picky. I guess the 44% that don't have cuteness aggression. Oh, dude, I would love to do a diagram of considered traditionally beautiful and your answer to that poll. I think there would be co-alignment on on some of the data. I'm not calling you ugly. I'm joking, but cute aggression exists for times of extreme scarcity. The cute needs the most resources. So when the time to ration happens, they are where we start. It's behavior seen in birds and animals like hedgehogs. Very cool shit.
The thinking here is that as ancient humans formed large...
why would we like want to, if we have to feed only one of our two children, why would we feed the cuter one? Why wouldn't we develop a mechanism that can kind of tell us which of the two is going to grow into being like bigger and stronger? Therefore, you know, leading to a higher probability of them being able to feed us.
Larger, more cooperative groups.
Bunch of nerds here.
Groups. They selected for friendlier individuals. This may have then led to some of us theorize that we may have even domesticated ourselves. The thinking here is that as ancient humans formed larger, more cooperative groups, they selected for friendlier individuals.
Holy shit, cuteness privilege dominating pretty privilege, dude. Ironically, like cuteness privilege seems to be the OG thing you want to go for.
This may have then led to some of the physical characteristics that distinguish.
And for some people saying like not among toxically masculine dudes. No, dude, because like with cuteness privilege, you can mask. You can mask that you're actually not a threat, and then huzzah! Proceeds to repeatedly stab in the liver.
Distinguish us from our closest
OG ult. The OG ult, absolutely.
Evolutionary cousins, like smaller, rounder skulls and subtler brow ridges. But if cuteness is related to nurturing and decreased aggression, why would anyone ever want to squeeze or bite cute things? Well, Cute aggression is importantly not linked to the actual intention to do harm. Instead, it seems to result from emotional overload. Some scientists think that cute things elicit such positive emotions from certain people that the experience becomes overwhelming.
Okay. So this is confirming with me. Like the 44% that said that they don't have it, you guys, I guess, have more control over your emotions, also known as you are bad. I'm kidding. No. Having more control over your emotions is good. So basically, those of us, the 56% have less control over our emotions. The 44% have, 56% have less control over their emotions. The 44% have more control of their emotions.
They hypothesize that slightly aggressive, discordant thoughts are the brain's way of putting the brakes on and regulating those intense feelings.
That was fucking good.
Not getting you to actually eat a kitten. Cuteness can come off as a frivolous, innocent quality, but it wields immense consequential...
Turns out it's the greatest privilege of all, dude. Fuck class privilege, dude.
power. Not to be aggressive, but cuteness kind of runs the world.
Are we obsessed with cats because they're cute?
Holy shit. Okay, so communism is achievable if we hire all the femboys, I guess. That's... more femboy communism agitators, and we good. Oh, crazy.
Hello and welcome.
Okay, I'm talking too fast. Once we are done with the billionaires and capital owners, the pretty class is next. Like, unironically, the Marxian analysis does not say that once the contradiction between the proletariat and the bourgeois is resolved, that class will simply cease to exist. No, future contradictions will arise in the societies that form afterwards, and they will need to be addressed. And I always thought that the future contradictions would be between automated labor and organic labor, or something along the lines of that. But no, or between the growing bureaucracy of the dictatorship of the proletariat versus the actual proletariat. Many arguments can be made here. But no, turns out that the next class that will form in a more egalitarian society, even though I don't like the term, is going to be between cute people and not so cute people, okay? Or cute versus pretty. Cute versus pretty class conflict. What an interesting tangent. I mean, it's correct. Counter-argue it in the field of debate. Think that the generation of the system will be the new contradiction. Maybe. Between those who want to stay in some sort of a class system as long as theirs dominates versus classes no longer existing, but that's like long term. Before that, we must eliminate the cute or allow the cute to dominate. What's the difference between these two? I can't tell. It's because you're a nice person. I think cute is you want to trust them and you want to be near them. Pretty is you want to be seen by them and accepted by them. That's the I think main difference. Cute you want as your close to you as your equal. Pretty you want to accept you. Pretty is always this sort of category that's elevated, that gives you value through their comparison to you. Well, cute is like you don't need to, you won't suffer if you don't consider yourself cute, but you suffer if you don't consider yourself pretty. Obviously, I'm talking about simple people here, not base chatters. Do you want to protect or submit, pretty much? Therefore, the cute class has much greater revolutionary potential. Trump restates plan for U.S. takeover of Gaza with Palestinians resettled in a region. Literally up until 3-4 hours ago, we saw them backtracking, but let's see if they are forward tracking. That would be scary.
Hello and welcome to BBC News. Donald Trump has doubled down on his plan for the United States.
Holy shit. What the fuck?
To take control of Gaza. Also, in the last few minutes, the AFP news agency is reporting that Hamas has responded by urging Arab countries to resist the pressure from the US president and hold an urgent Arab summit. Well, Mr. Trump posted details of his thinking on social media, saying the territory will be handed over to America by Israel once the fighting there had ended. There'd be no US troops on the ground.
Okay, so the theory is he wants to utilize IDF soldiers to completely wipe out Gaza and then give it over to the Americans. No, dude, this is not happening. This is not fucking happening, you crazy fucking buffoon. Though, to an extent, by continuing to utilize the IDF, he can hide behind the argument that the reason the IDF is doing this is because October 7th or whatever. That has worked, at least for the Western Hemisphere.
He also said the US would work with teams from around the world to rebuild Gaza in what he promised would be, in his words,
so he's basically saying that, like, the US will make money out of rebuilding this territory for Israelis. That's it. That's what he said. That's what he's saying. So the whole pitch wasn't American troops on the ground. The pitch was this ceasefire will not last. Once the fighting resumes, the Palestinians will be expelled from the territory. We might negotiate with other countries that we want to accept the Palestinian population, and then we want to make money out of it. He basically openly said is that he's kind of putting a little flag saying, yo, dude, I want that real estate after the genocide is done. He wants, he's reserving a part of the Lebensraum, bro. No, he's going to clean it up, and Palestinians will be totally cool with it. It's not like they're famously attached to the land. The Palestinians in Gaza have already started painting, but sure, they don't want the place. No, of course. Probably has more to do with this. He has to push Israel on allowing Gaza offshore gas reserves to revitalize Palestinian economy. Israel gave preliminary approval for the development of a gas field off Gaza's coast in June. Shouldn't exaggerate its potential, but it can absolutely be a revenue stream for a Palestinian government. Yeah, I mean, plenty of resources there to play with. That's a massive factor. And once you put actual American real estate on the ground, you can LARP that it's partially also in U.S. interest of protecting their own real estate. Timeshare Lebensraum, yeah. This wasn't the twist that I was expecting, because the original pitch kind of included American troops on the ground, which made it completely unbelievable, at least from the psychography of somebody like Trump, whose whole goal in life is to be liked. This would like potentially be career ruining. But this pitch basically is confirming what all of us were expecting. And that is that the ceasefire will not last forever. The only thing he added to that is the U.S. will rebuild, which honestly, that was always going to be the case. Like, the U.S. was always going to make money out of rebuilding the territory for Israelis. I mean, duh.
One of the greatest and most spectacular developments of its kind. Well, let's talk now to our North America correspondent, Nomia Iqbal, and our Gaza correspondent, Rushdie Abu Alouf. And Nomia, to you first of all.
So nothing changes. Yes, that's my hot take to an extent. He basically said that the ceasefire will not last forever. He just confirmed it, and that the Palestinians will be expunged. The only relatively new caveat that we all knew about that he's added to the conversation is that the Americans will do the rebuilding, and it will be very pretty.
Despite all the condemnation we've had since Donald Trump made those first remarks, he's given more details today. What has he been saying?
He has given more details, but paradoxically, it's really vague as well. So as you said there, he has said that Gaza will be turned over to the U.S. by
killing at least stop for a little bit. That's something.
Israel at the end of the war. He said that Israel would, presumably Israel will expel all Palestinians, and then the U.S. would become the occupying power. And all this would be done without U.S. troops on the ground. And then Gaza would be rebuilt, not using American money. Palestinians would be resettled elsewhere. But it is confusing because, bear in mind as well that Donald Trump has sold himself to his supporters, and this is what they love about him, as someone who doesn't believe in nation building. He doesn't believe in getting involved in...
I mean, the first reaction by some of his staunchest followers, except the hyper-nationalists, was like, what happened with America first, bro? What happened with America first? Though he's going to resell this to them as basically an infrastructure project. Like, they're going to make money out of this. Herder, I'm the businessman guy. We can do a lot of business in this territory where a lot of people want to live. We're going to build the resorts. That's how he's going to sell it to them, and they're going to fucking love it. Because they do not, like, the only thing that can be bad in this entire situation is that he wants to rebuild it after a successful ethnic cleansing campaign. But unless you fucking notice, Palestinians have a little bit of fucking melanin, and Republicans therefore do not give a flying fuck about them.
Conflicts
also wrong God, of course.
Overseas. So why would he want to get involved in such a complicated conflict? One of the hardest conflicts that has, sort of been really difficult for America.
And it's very important for the Israelis to push Palestinians into other countries, because that will allow, in the long-term plan for Israel, to then eventually invade those countries. I mean, what will happen if they actually push, for example, all the Palestinians into Egypt? Obviously, they will start making very large camps close to the border with Gaza. They will start their lives there, and eventually their freedom fighters will start attacking Gaza proper and Israel proper from those territories. Israel would need that kind of situation to happen, like fucking 3 times before they say that, there is Hamas number 7 over in Egypt, and therefore they must go into the territory in order to stabilize it. The same excuse they used with Hezbollah over in Lebanon, and basically used that as a perfect argument to start another war with another Arab neighbor. Their long-term Greater Israel plan is exactly that. You think they will stop at the complete expulsion and annihilation of Palestinians in Gaza or in the West Bank? Fuck no. You cannot sustain an apartheid fascist regime without constant and eternal territorial growth and market growth. That's the difference, one of the main differences between traditional capitalism and fascist capitalism, because in fascism you also need the ethnic and state enemy. You need war and business.
Americans to solve for decades. And so it looks like he's trying to have his cake and eat it, coming up with lots of different ways of, saying that, well, this is what our plan is. The other question is, what are you going to do about Hamas? How will you dislodge Hamas?
If we just send it to Madagascar, Egypt, the problem will have a solution. No, absolutely. And it is that, but just so you understand, Chad, that is why there is so much such a big accent being put on other Arab countries accepting Palestinian refugees, because they know that the Palestinian diaspora, no matter where they are going to start an organized resistance, and then that will be a great catalyst that they can use to invade those countries as well. That's the long-term, if I was an insane, disgusting Zionist piece of shit, that's the long-term plan. And I'm not like a genius fucking figuring this out. Palestinians and Egyptians and Qataris and fucking everyone has been talking about this for a very long time. That's the main reason why they are not accepting quote-unquote refugees. Number one, the second reason, because number one, they would be quite literally motivating ethnic cleansing. And number two, because they know that it's against their state interests. Because they know that the second the Palestinian, like a large group of Palestinians are settling in their countries, they will start a battle, like a movement of resistance against Israel, which will allow Israel to then invade those countries. That's the long-term fucking play. Half of Jordan is already Palestinian, absolutely, but there can be more.
From Gaza, because if Arab nations are going to get involved,
German shit-libs use this argument so often. It's always like want the Arabs take them in. Can't stand. Yeah, of course. Just ask them, counter-ask them. Okay, they listened. They went into Gaza and they were walled off. And what is now happening to Gaza? Oh, then they told them, go to the south. We're not gonna bomb you in the south. Then what fucking happened? Dealing with an Israeli is like dealing with a fucking 3-year-old with schizophrenia that has nuclear weapons. Please. It's so fucked. Because this, like the previous commentary I took with basically a grain of salt, and like I laughed at it because it was insane. Like US troops aren't fucking deploying in Gaza. But this like full on just told us that the ceasefire will not last. That's what this tells us. There's no plan for the ceasefire to last. And that's going to play in a minute. In this context, I don't want to do stupid-ass fucking ad pitches. If you want to support the show, do it. You know how. Thank you.
Involved in the rebuilding of Gaza, which is presumably what Mr. Trump wants. They want an answer to that question. And Mr. Trump hasn't really answered that. And we know that...
Jesus, who gives you a fucking salary, sister? Who gives you a fucking salary? He screamed that he answered it.
The Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that he wants the war to end only when Hamas is completely destroyed. But defense experts say that that probably is not likely. It's impossible. So how long can this war go on for? Because Mr. Trump also wants peace. He wants the war to end ASAP.
Yeah, he wants the war to end with a clear victory in an empty territory cleared of Palestinians. You know, it's still peace when you kill all your fucking enemies. We still call that peace, you know?
So, whilst, yes, he's given us more details, it's so full of contradictions.
Just in this case, the enemies are fucking kids.
Nomi, just briefly, in the...
What's the question? Do you think that displacing the Palestinians further to places like Egypt and Jordan is setting the U.S. Israel up for a potential invasion of said countries down the line? Yeah, literally, maybe you just came in. I literally had a rant for 15 minutes saying yes, absolutely, and giving my arguments on why I think so. Yes, my friend, absolutely.
Those original comments, he talked about moving Palestinians out, enforcing that it would be permanent. The White House forced to actually row back and water down those comments.
Yeah, they're now using the term temporary. It's a temporary relocation. And his Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, is also trying to walk back these comments. This often happens with Donald Trump. He proposes things and then the members of his own kind of team are trying to sort of explain what he actually meant. And Mr. Rubio said, oh, you know, this wasn't meant as a hostile takeover. This is actually a generous offer.
Also, welcome to the stream, RovXO. Nice to have you.
We are showing willingness.
Everybody check out our lovely, lovely chatter. Give him a follow.
To rebuild and relocate. But I think for a lot of people, you know, certainly Arab nations who are worried about this, for people for Gazans, I think the damage has already been done in some ways, and there's still a load of confusion around exactly what Mr. Trump's proposal is. But one thing I should add, Matthew, is that the big question about what happened...
Yeah, we were all thinking that the damage has been done. How much worse can it fucking get? And apparently it can get worse.
...happens to Gaza post-war has not really been answered. Even Mr. Netanyahu has dodged that question. So in some respects, Mr. Trump is trying to offer some sort of solution as to what happens to Gaza in the future, but it is, of course, a hugely controversial one, and one that's probably not going to get any backing from members of his own party.
Nomia, thanks very much. Let's bring in Rushdie, and a twin thought. Rushdie, tell me more about what people in Gaza have been saying to you.
I have no idea what this lady was saying, as if she's responding to his previous comments and not his new comments. His new comments very openly said that U.S. troops will not be invading, but that America will be rebuilding the territory after Israeli troops, quote unquote, clean it out. That's it. It's fucking CNN is so simplistic. god, dude, it's like fucking lobotomites, man.
Now, the Qatari Prime Minister Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani is due to meet with US Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff in Florida later on Thursday. The meeting comes ahead of the next exchange of Israeli captives for Palestinian prisoners as part of the Gaza ceasefire deal, which is expected on Saturday. Let's take this on with Rami Khoury, who's a distinguished public policy fellow at the American University of Beirut, joins us now from Boston in the United States, in fact. So, Rami, first up, what's your sense of this conversation that's going to be had between the Qatari...
But just going insane, or is everyone discussing ethnic displacement as if it's the most normal thing for the president to suggest? No, you're not going insane. Absolutely they are. They're even utilizing it as some sort of fucking debate tool for us to fucking LARP about who is more correct, and different methodology which can be used to most ethically ethnic cleanse a particular territory. It's like the shit, the conversations that have been quote unquote, not to sound like a fucking child, but normalized at this point is just telling you the direction that we're going in. It will never not be wild to me how the U.S. continuously manages to fuck up the world with its imperialist ambitions, and then proposes further imperialism as the solutions to the problems they create. Absolutely snake eating its own ass. Once you like, it doesn't even have to be very deep. Once you start robbing your neighbor, you get richer, right? And then you get used to that lifestyle, right? But eventually you run out of your neighbor's money. And you've been sustaining yourself for so long on your neighbor's money that some of your actual means of sustenance are falling off. So how do you keep up the same standards that you've elevated by robbing your neighbor? You go and rob another neighbor. The only solution to running out of your neighbor's money is robbing another neighbor. That is imperialism in the long term. Massive oversimplification, but that's it. That's it. That's why endless wars.
Prime Minister and Steve Witkoff would be interesting to be a fly on the wall in the light of what President Trump has been saying.
Oh, absolutely. It's a critical relationship. Qatar has proved to be, with Egypt, essential to get the process moving to the point where we are now starting the second phase of the negotiations, which would ultimately get the Israelis out of Gaza, all hostages and prisoners released, and the end of the war. So the problem is that
imperialism is a tough habit to kick. Yeah, it makes Coke look like a fucking walk in the park, man. Because Coke you only do to yourself, and like there's a constant stream of where you can buy Coke. This is literally other guys' stuff.
The Qatari position is clear, the Egyptian position is clear, the Hamas position is quite clear, but the Israeli position and the American position are like a kaleidoscope. They keep moving around and new ideas are presented. There are huge internal debates within Israel.
What's funny is that I've heard this metaphor from libertarians in regards to taxes being theft or some shit, and this way it makes more sense. Yeah. Their allegory is incredible.
Keep throwing obstacles into the way of...
Their allegory does not work because unironically joke or face fucking vuvuzela society. Societies that use currency for exchange define currency as the means through which to develop. Therefore, if currency only flows one way and not back into society, joker face, society crumbles. So it's literally that like considering taxation to be going into your neighbor's house is the equivalent of thinking that is insane, because without said taxation, especially inside of capitalist society, you would not even have a street that you can walk over in order to rob your neighbor. You would not even see your neighbor. Like there would be no fucking light posts outside so that you can see what house to rob. I'm obviously oversimplifying it, but I love the dude.
Of the process, Netanyahu's legal fate is on the line. He has to go to court. He may go to jail. So there are lots of moving parts that are not clear what the implications are. And
well, we thought up until this particular comment, which again, he might go back on it like he goes back all the time, but this particular comment implies that the ceasefire will be broken.
Latest is, of course, Trump's proposal to get the Palestinians out of Gaza, which already is being walked back by his senior officials, his foreign minister, his Middle East envoy, his press secretary. They're all kind of walking back, saying, "Oh, this is temporary." Not by him, because he doesn't really have a clear idea of what he's talking about. He's a showman. He does drama, he does disruption, and he does disillusion. And he's really a delusion. He's really done all of these in this proposal. It's kind of make-believe. It's not going to work. Very few people in the world want it. Most governments have opposed it. So what he says gets the discussion moving. The real question that nobody has answered yet, there's lots of speculation, both here in the U.S. and in the Middle East, is, well, what is his ultimate aim? Most people, I feel from my discussions and following this.
Okay, let's see what the actual statement is, I guess. The Gaza Strip will be turned over to the United States by Israel at the conclusion of fighting. Therefore, fighting has not concluded. Okay? My point. That's the main thing. That's the sentence that you're supposed to take out of this. That's the fucking actual, realistic, scary sentence. The Palestinians, people like Chuck Schumer, would have already been resettled in far safer and more beautiful communities with new and modern homes in the region. Trump being Trump, literally treating the process of ethnic cleansing, which probably he doesn't even know what it means, as a process of as a question of real estate, right? This is being real estate brained hardcore. The man has never had a home. The man has never associated himself with a place. Hell, he's made most of his private sector career on the back of the idea that there is no such place as a home. It is simply a commodity to be bought and flaunted. And the more money you make, the more expensive of a commodity you replace this home with. Because again, it is not a home. Freudian moments with Yugopnik. You think you only get Marxism here. No. We are psychoanalyzing hard. And I think that psychoanalysis is completely on point for this man. I doubt he would be able to comprehend the idea of being rooted in a place and of identifying with a place and of seeing it as an extension of your people and your culture. I don't think he has the ability to do so. Quite literally. They would actually have a chance to be happy, safe, and free. There you go. Like he does not have the capacity to understand the difference between real estate and a home. The U.S., working with great development teams from all over the world, would slowly and carefully begin the construction of what would become one of the greatest and most spectacular developments of this kind on Earth. But then why don't you let them stay there, bro? Why do they have to leave to another place and then you want to build heaven on Earth, but next to the other one, but without the people who actually lived in this heaven on Earth? No soldiers by the U.S. would be needed. Stability for the region would reign. I don't really usually fuck with the post-truth fucking nerds. Like, oh, everything is post-truth. It doesn't matter. But I guess they're right. It's just like fucking takes. The presidents of countries are doing hot takes at each other. That's it. So it's not even a jobs program for the U.S. He's openly saying he's going to use slave labor from other countries. Indirectly, yeah. But Mr. Trump, what if we just let them be happy, safe, and free right where they are? But you don't understand. Aliens invaded that territory and they completely destroyed it. The Palestinians can't live there anymore. The greatest earthquake to ever hit our planet happened specifically in Gaza. That's how all those buildings have been destroyed. That's why all those people have suffered. Aliens. The dinosaurs came out of the fucking sea and attacked the cities. We had Transformers battles in Gaza. That's why it looks the way it is. That's why the people can't live there. That's unironically how he talks about it. That like it's just the chaos spawned there. And if we care about the people who we actively genocided, we need to make them leave because it's now bad to live there. I don't know, I go and I shit on your bed and then I tell you, yo, bro, that's so fucked up. Your bed is covered in shit. How about you, like, leave my house and go to find another bedroom, please? How about you leave your house and find another bedroom, please? Is a better allegory. What's up, Hugo? Got my Mao ping pong sweater today. I hope it's nice. I'm glad. Enjoy the merch, bro. Sorry about the shit. You even say sorry about the shit. But like the shit spawned. You definitely didn't shit on it.
Most people tend to feel that.
And afterwards you didn't shit. Like you only paid money for the KFC that the guy ate that shat on it. But then you invite the guy that actually did the shitting that ate the KFC. The allegory for Benjamin Netanyahu. And you make him stand right next to you and fucking giggle as you talk about the invisible aliens that shat on your bed. If this allegory doesn't work for you, I mean, you've got to be shitting me. Ha!
What he's trying to do is put out there an outrageous proposition that he knows is not feasible, but...
What part of Yakub's plan is this?
I don't know what phase we're in, brother. Thank you for the $3, dude.
He wants it.
If you want to troll me, you can do text to chat. Please feel free to. No fucking slurs, though.
To soften the Saudi position on normalization with Israel. This is the big prize that the U.S. under Biden and now under Trump, that they...
Hey, Yugo, speaking of post-truth, you're asking about the content, Yukes. Watch my stream from 2 days ago. It was fun. Yes, I know everything about Kentucky Fried Ozempic, man. Yeah.
Always looked for. They want to get Saudi Arabia and Israel to have normal diplomatic relations, feeling that this would open the door to all the other Arab countries following suit.
I was thinking that the other day, Gaza is now uninhabitable. That's funny how it happened all of a sudden. No, dude, it didn't happen all of a sudden. Fucking aliens or some shit. I'm fucking like buildings just fell. What are you talking about? I have no idea.
And the Saudis have actually taken a harder line position after the Trump proposal. So these are incredibly important discussions, and they're going to focus narrowly on the discussions in Florida today are going to focus on the negotiations to release the hostages and the Palestinian prisoners.
And are you on that? Are you, and the ceasefire in general, are you fearful now, given what's being said by the president about the efficacy, the solidity of the ceasefire deal as a whole?
No, I don't put a lot of emphasis on what Trump says. He says all kinds of things. He changes his mind. He clarifies. He denies. So he's not a...
I hope this gentleman is correct.
Reliable source, as the news business people say, though he is president of the United States. So what he says has to be considered seriously, but it should not be taken as a clear path towards a policy. It has other motives, some business, some personal, some family relationship.
I'll leave you with the hope-pilled gentleman while I go and relieve my pill, if you know what I mean.
Some investment opportunities, and then cajoling people on both sides, pressuring people. So it's a fascinating study and sort of kaleidoscopic diplomacy. You know, a kaleidoscope, when you turn it, all the pieces move and then a new situation comes about. So I think we have to let the process play itself out, focus on the negotiations, the second phase that's supposed to start. Everybody and I mean everybody, wants the Israeli hostages released and the Palestinian prisoners released, and the ceasefire to be permanent, and the Israelis to get out of Gaza.
Okay, well, the exchange is due again for this weekend, isn't it? You could argue, perhaps, finally, Rami, you could argue perhaps that in a way he's made the world more aware of what Israel has done in Gaza.
Oh, absolutely, including American officials going to visit. And I'm hoping the media, the global media, will be able to go soon, even though many of them, including Jazeera and others, have Gazan journalists who are sending out reports. So yes, and this is what the Israelis desperately want to stop. They want to stop two things. They want to stop the world seeing what Israel does militarily and, with prisoners and all the terrible things it does. And that's why it's so widely discussed now in terms of both apartheid and genocide. And it wants to stop any discussion of the historical background to the situation in Gaza, the Palestine-Zionism conflict, the Arab-Israeli conflict. It wants desperately to prevent any historical analysis. And it's increasingly unsuccessful in doing that because more and more people are going to the Middle East, they see now the West Bank, what's going on. Therefore, the trend for the Israelis is not good. They've lost their ability to completely dominate the narrative of the Arab-Israeli conflict and the Palestinian people in the West, in the media, and in officialdom. So it's quite extraordinary. I'm reading now the book, amazing book by Ilan Pappé, the Israeli historian, on the history of Zionist lobbying in the West, in England and the US. It's a 450-page monster, but it is the most amazing analysis based on total historical factual truths about how Israel has succeeded in doing what it's done, which is create a Jewish majority state in a Palestinian land that in 1920 was 93% Arab, including my family in Nazareth. So this is what they're trying to prevent, the Israelis, any discussion of this, and they're slowly losing control of this narrative.
All right, Rami, thanks for that.
I'm not sure I agree with the gentleman. I think it's going to get much worse before it gets better. This ceasefire will not stand. But then again, the bigger question is if Israel even has the capacity to fight on. By fight on, I mean continue their genocidal freak-ass behavior. I don't know. Let's see. Can't Israel use Mercs? There's not enough. And there's many different other problems with it. Oh, okay. It is time, it seems. It is unfortunately time. Today we're cutting it a little bit short, my beautiful chatters. For a very simple reason, I have to go and record. I recorded yesterday. I'm going to record today with my friends from the Programme. There was a bit of a black pill, but we had very fun parts. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Who do you want me to raid? Sex tape recording. Oh, I'm like at 2,000 subs. At what was it? At 5,000, I'm gonna go and do the crazy hamburger in the middle of the thing. Sean, I rated Sean last time. Rated Sean the other time. Gramlow, I also very recently rated. You know who we didn't raid in a long time? He's doing drama posting. Let's fucking go. Sean the Black. Haven't rated my guy in a second. There you go. Go say hi. Spam the shit. Spam the shit like fucking crazy. Today's stream was sick as fuck. Follow me on my socials. Thank you to my cops. ACAB, except for mods. Thank you to my fucking subs. Really respected, especially the fucking Oilers. Thank you for putting food on my family's table. And by family, I mean myself and my girlfriend. No, it's wider. Trust me. Your money supports a whole lot of other people. And yeah, thank you to everybody who followed. I will see you over the fucking weekend. Fucking dry February. I wish I could tell you, because I always tell you, oh, I'm going to go do this insane unhinged thing. No, I'm not. I'm like going to work and like watch movies. How do sober people do this? What the fuck? It's incredible. How? What is your trick? You like meditate 24/7? Do you like think about your feelings or some shit? It's crazy. Do you like talk to yourself? You love life. It's awesome. Genuinely good for you. My trick is being broke. So you just think about money. Fantastic. But back when I used to always think about money, I would just drink. Okay, go raid. I love you. Have fun. Mwah. Spam the shit. Mods, give them what to spam. Bye-bye.